All right. Hello, everybody. Episode 4, I think, of the podcast. I guess the last episode's probably 3 with Smash, and the Game Awards episode, which will be coming soon after the Smash episode that's probably already out by now because I have a burning need to talk about everything that's going to be coming up at the Game Awards. And I think, because we haven't recorded that episode yet, but we will shortly, I think Emmy is probably going to be joining me for that episode. But either way, here we are, episode 4. And we have the whole crew here today. So I'm Avino Lotion, as usual. Howdy. We have Alex.
Hey.
We have Emmy.
What's up?
And we have Asham.
Hi.
So the whole crew is here again, even though we haven't been there for the last few episodes. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
I'm good.
I'm solid, yeah.
All right, that's good to hear. So before we jump in, we are on a time crunch because, lo and behold, we are terrible at setting up, and the setup process usually wastes the first half hour of when we plan to record. And we were already on a time crunch because everyone's busy. You know, we're all busy lives. We have busy things to do, errands to run, and so we planned ahead to record. So we have an hour or so before Emmy has to go because she's a nice kid and a nice daughter, and she's picking up her mother, I believe. And so we planned to record ahead of time, but lo and behold, we started to get together on the call, and an hour later, we were still fixing our shit, so we're in a time crunch, and I think we only have about 15 or 20 minutes before Emmy has to leave. Is that correct, Emmy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to Sonic this thing.
Yeah, so she's going to be in, and she's going to be out, and she's got to go fast. Got to go real fast. That's
Real
a Sonic
fast.
reference, if you don't know. But yeah, so jumping in, obviously, like I said, we won't be mentioning any of the Game Awards stuff because we will make that a separate discussion and put that out earlier before this episode. And this episode will come out after Smash, but technically we're recording it before Smash is out. So if you're waiting for that Smash podcast episode part 2, it's coming because I have Smash by the time that came out, and I'm going to be playing it a fuck ton. But yeah, so let's get into it. You know what? Because of the time crunch, Emmy, you want to start us off? Anything you got to get off your chest that's dying to get out?
Just like a few things, a few updates in my life. If anyone cares. I finally got a new
Nope.
controller because my old controller is a piece of shit. No, that one lasted me quite a bit, but
Granted, you
No,
got
I-
it. You got it when you got it. It was already kind of a piece of shit.
yeah, true.
Yeah, because I mean, there's more grease on that thing than a fucking Domino's pizza. So
Yeah, thanks to our buddy.
yeah,
I
freaking
don't know if he wants
Big
to be
Fratello.
named. There you go. Thanks to that buddy. But yeah, the left joystick was like a piece of shit. Like part of it was my fault because I kept dropping the thing, and then at one point I got really mad, and yeah, so
Did you throw it?
I didn't throw it. I kind lightly smacked it.
I just threw it off a 10-story building. No big deal at all.
I was just playing some Sims, and my Sim said "fuck me," and I just, you know what? I threw my headset through the fucking wall. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, my
I
Sims
thought
were
it would
fucking.
still work.
My fucking Sims kept dying, Reaper, Reaper kept rejecting me.
So, did you get
Anyway.
what controller did you get? Did you get the white, the black, a special custom one, or what?
The black one was cheaper,
Okay.
and so I just got it. Under 40. No, it was about 45 with tax and everything. Great deal, Black Friday. I also got a hard drive, a 4 terabyte hard drive.
Woo! Yay!
Yay!
That's a big
no.
deal. That
Yeah.
came out as sarcastic, but that's a huge deal for everyone on this podcast except Ashton,
Honestly,
I guess.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I kept having to install and uninstall games every time I need to play games with these guys, and it was so fucking annoying because they would want to play, like, for example, what was it, Sniper Elite, and
Yeah.
I couldn't play it, so I had to install like 3 games.
Yeah,
Or uninstall 3 games in order to install that, and
which actually brings up a good point, and I know we were talking about this earlier because my first suggestion was what I do, which isn't a good strategy in hindsight, and you said that, which was download everything. But I will hit you up with a list later of all the multiplayer games and stuff, and you and me can figure out which ones you should download if we ever want to play them together, or with Alex too in the future. So we can figure that out later.
With Alex,
Or without. It's okay. I mean,
recommended.
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
But
That's
all
fun.
right, that's cool. I'm really happy about the hard drive thing. I don't know
Yeah,
if I was
me
clear,
too.
because like that's gonna be that awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I got Minecraft because I promised a certain someone I'd get Minecraft.
Ooh.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay.
And I'm starting my own church. Yay!
Yay!
Oh no.
Yeah,
Unusual.
yeah. I want
Just
to.
like Nick.
Oh, it's
Who?
gonna be It's gonna be bigger and better. Um, that's why I asked you about stained glass, Alex, the other day,
Oh yeah.
because it's gonna be a beautiful church. It's
I
not
believe you.
cold.
I believe you.
It's not cold. Let's be
Is
clear.
Is Nicole invited?
She's still like
Who the fuck
ditching
is
me.
Nicole?
Freaking.
You'll find out. You'll find
Okay,
out. Don't
that's
worry.
You
fine.
recorded
Whatever.
that, right, Alex? I
Yeah, yeah,
forget.
yeah. I
Okay.
totally did.
Yeah, fucking Nicole, and I couldn't find Cole, and then Nicole kept ditching me. Like,
Oh,
I
okay,
thought
it's
we were
probably an
best
animal.
friends.
But all right, so actually,
Oh,
here's-
speaking of animals,
oh, go ahead.
in Minecraft, the Sunnyvale edition, I have a platoon of animals.
Oh my god.
I have 2 dogs. No, I have 3 dogs now. I have 3 dogs, 1 cat, and 4 parrots. The cat was a bitch to find, but in the process, I got 4 parrots as well. I named them all. If you guys want to hear the names.
I guess.
Yeah, let's hear
go
it.
for it.
Okay, starting with the cat. His name is Sylvester. He's
Stallone.
super cute. My 3 dogs, Max, Rolex, and shit. What's
That's a weird
what's
third
the
name.
what's
Kind of
the
mean that you call a
third?
dog that.
Fuck. The third one's newer, so I don't really have a. He'll be called a third wheel for now. And then the parrots. I have Ruby, the Rutile twins, because they're both twins. And then the last one is. Wait.
I'd be surprised if they both weren't twins, but whatever.
Wait, one of them's red, 2 of them's gray. What's the other color, Alex? Do you remember? Was it blue?
Thought it was green. No,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
light blue. You got light blue. No,
No, green, right?
green. Wait, you have a red one, a light blue one,
I do have a blue
white,
one.
two white ones, don't you?
Yeah, those are the twins.
You said you had 4 parrots. That's 4.
So I do have a blue one. I don't know
Yeah,
what
light
the blue
blue.
one's called then. I thought, you know what, it's one. I'll call him blue. Very original.
Probably was blue.
All right, so segueing from this perfect setup for Minecraft and your interesting talk about the animal names that clearly you care so much about because you can remember them so clearly. I was actually
It's been a while.
earlier this week. Yeah, I saw online you guys were playing, and I figured because it's Minecraft and Alex was playing and he was one of the 2 playing that you guys recorded it. So you guys are playing more Minecraft. How's that going? What's been going on? What's this recording you guys are mentioning? What's happening? Have you guys recorded it all? Like, am I gonna see it on the Sniper Alexander channel?
All right. I'll start it off. So, yes, we recorded, I want to say 2 episodes, and yes, they're gonna be coming out very soon, as soon as I can edit them. But we've been playing more because I want to do a Christmas special, and
Oh yeah.
Eris is helping me with that. We're constructing something for the whole server or the world.
It's beautiful.
And she was just yeah, it's goddamn beautiful. Like I don't know what else you could want for Christmas, but like yeah, we're working on something, and if you want to help us too, by all means come help us out. Do you want to play tomorrow or much later than after your next award talk? But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I will. I'll follow up on that open offer. I might hop in at least to help for an hour or 2 and see what the deal is at least.
Yeah, we punched a lot of trees.
That's good.
yeah.
Also,
Punch the trees.
Alex? I saw because like I know you were fucking, and like you might deny it, but I fucking know you were getting achievements to fuck with me on the leaderboard. But how did you get the achievement for Minecraft again? Because you were getting a bunch of fucking basic achievements again. How the hell did that work out?
Oh,
Alex the hacker.
so no. So because I own Java version, it gave me Microsoft 10 version for free. So I
Okay.
had to unlock them all over
Got it.
again.
Now, following that up, because I lied in the setup where Emmy, you said, "Am I gonna call you guys out?" And I said, "No, I am." So the leaderboard thing, right?
Oh,
So
God.
obviously,
Damn.
obviously, this is no judgment, but I have significantly less free time during the week to play than Alex, and that's not a problem. I'm not judging anyone there. But, it's still a thing, and I enjoy that we compete over achievements. He has a significantly lower gamer score than mine, which isn't even that high relative to the whole world, but compared to my friends and these guys, it looks like it's goddamn, I'm a millionaire in that sense. But, so I've been playing some games, and I didn't have a lot of time, so I was playing games that weren't as long, and mainly for achievements. So I was grinding out some Telltale games, I started playing Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, stuff like that, and I had a decent amount. I had around 3,000 for the month, and then I realized Alex is really close to me, and I was like, that's interesting, because even though he's semi-fond of achievements, as you might have heard from previous episodes, he's not huge into them. He's not like a focus usually, whereas for me, sometimes I play games to get achievements, primarily. So I realized he's 3,000, and I'm surprised. I'm like, that's really close. Like, Alex does not accidentally get 3,000 gamer score in a month. So I look, and I see he's getting achievements again. Now, come these last 2 days or 3 days, right? I'm like, okay, I finished up Telltale, so now I have to start a new game, and I realize, oh, we're really close, and I was like, you know what? Just for fun, I'm gonna finish this month since there's only 2 days left, and I'm gonna try to just beat Alex, just make that a little goal for the last 2 days in my like 2 or 3 free hours that I get after work on these 2 days. So the first day I play Telltale, I'm like, oh, I'm above him, and I come back the next day, and I'm like, oh, he's caught up. So this is Monday. So Monday I come back and I'm like, oh, Monday night I play. Alex is ahead of me by like 200. I played Telltale a few episodes to catch up because I haven't finished it and I want to complete my backlog. And I catch up and I'm ahead of Alex. The next day, Tuesday night, I come back and I'm like, he's played some games, okay. And he's playing Minecraft and stuff, getting all those achievements again, so he's ahead. So I finished Telltale and now I'm up because the rest of Telltale gave me like 600 gamer score. So I'm up and it's Wednesday. And for those of you who don't know, for some reason, the window for the month closed halfway through the 30th. So it didn't close at the end of the 30th. It closed like by like 5 or something on the 30th of November, which is weird, but whatever. And so on Wednesday, I was finishing up Telltale.
Laughing.
No, he's gonna say.
Yeah. So I was finishing up Telltale, and I finished that, and I was like 2 days left. And also, apparently they added Wordament, which is like kind of Boggle, but for mobile on the on all the mobile stores. And the reason I know that is because if anyone knows, Wordament and a few other games are the only achievement games on phones that you can get achievements for without having a Windows phone. So I had played those games in the past because they're really easy achievements, and I played them. But they re-uploaded Wordament in a new format, a new game type with more achievements. So I downloaded it again and I was playing it. So that was how I was trying to get achievements when I wasn't at home. So Wednesday comes finish. So Thursday, I have a day and a half left, and I know, I'm not going to be able to play on Friday because the window closes before I get off of work. And I'm like, but I'm ahead of Alex. So I'm playing, and I'm like, I'm ahead of Alex. I'll just get a few achievements to keep going. And halfway through the playing, I'm like, I wonder how ahead I am. And I look at the achievement score, and I swear to God, I'm pretty sure I was much higher up than I was. And I was like, but Alex isn't online, and his achievements don't say he got anything before today. So come Thursday night, I see he's ahead of me. But again, he hasn't been online according to what I saw, and his achievements aren't showing it. So I realized this motherfucker went offline because he was trying to get achievements and fuck you beat me. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm not letting this asshole beat me just because he's trying to fuck with me. And I realized motherfucker's hiding his profile. And I know Alex. The only reason he was hiding his profile was to get those damn achievements to beat me on the leaderboard. So I tried to start beating out. I forget what game I was playing. I was playing fucking Risk. Trying to get achievements, but I didn't have enough time. So I went to sleep. I was like, oh fuck, Thursday night. I have Friday, but I won't be able to play, and he'll beat me on the leaderboard. So my goal was, I have some downtime. Like I'll play Wordament. Maybe I'll get a few achievements and beat him. And I'm pretty sure, and I can't confirm this, but I'm pretty sure because I got achievements from Wordament. I'm pretty sure that motherfucker saw me get those during Friday, and he fucking got the achievements to beat me because he has, according to the leaderboard at least, as of November, Alex beat me by 105 at 4,205 gamer score for the month, and I have 4,100. So, mainly, the thing I want to call out is, motherfucker, I know what you did. I know you went offline. You didn't fucking fool me. You didn't pull the sheep wool over my eyes, motherfucker. I know what you did. I know you went offline. Yeah, okay, look, I'm looking at it right now. Bullshit. There's fucking 20 achievements for Humans Fall Flat, and Thursday night, when it says they got this, he had none of these. Bitch fucking hid his shit. He fucking hid his shit. I know what you did. I saw what you did, okay? I saw it. You went offline, you motherfucker. My eyes are open. My eyes are open. I see it.
It's called covert operations.
Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. It's just that I know he was trying to beat me on the leaderboard, and I was fucking aware. I knew it. I saw it coming. I did not get blindsided, but you know what? I got bested 1 month. It might happen again, but it won't happen forever.
See, I thought it was a little weird that I didn't
We'll
see
see about
Alex
that.
online. I'm like, this guy, he's offline.
Exactly. See, that was the thing. The first thing I do is even like come back, like it's either somewhere between 8 or like 9 that I get back, and I turn my Xbox. Cause if I'm not doing anything, I'll play something or watch something, or I'll just throw something on while I eat. So most of the days I come back and Alex is either online or online within a while after I come on the line. And if he's not, like I assume maybe he's just doing something else. But I always check the achievements just because I want to see my achievements in the game I'm playing. And the thing is, you don't even have to go into the leaderboard because once you go to the achievements tab, it tells you what your rank is on the leaderboard without clicking it. So the fact that my rank was fluctuating throughout the week, and I checked it to see who's fluctuating because for those of you who don't know, I have a few followers. I follow a few people, one person in specific, who gets more achievements than I can ever get in any month, and he has like over 1 million gamer score, and that's something that he's always on the number 1 on my leaderboard, but I'm usually number 2. Sometimes 3 because of another friend. So the fact that I was jumping from 2 to 4 to 5 over the week drew some attention. And I open it and I see this little bitch trying to fucking fuck with me by getting up on that leaderboard. And he did. In the end, he won. So, you know, I concede that. But to be fair, didn't play really during Thanksgiving. So I'm coming out for you. And it won't happen again. But it'll probably happen in December. Because I probably won't have my Xbox with me near the end of December, so I'm going to try to stack my achievements at the beginning and make sure it doesn't happen again. So, yeah.
You just told him your plan.
That's true, but
Ooh.
the matter of fact is I think if I get high enough, it'll just be harder even if he has more time. Just because at some point he'll have to start getting achievements in games that aren't just like, that are like super time consuming. Because like,
you have to buy more games.
Exactly, that's the thing. And like, he didn't get any games recently that are that easy to get achievements in that fast, so I have to make it more time consuming for him to get them. Because to be fair, the achievements that I'm getting are crazy time consuming actually. Because I just started Bulletstorm last night, and that's actually, I recorded all that. I actually beat the entire game in one sitting, and that was like 7 hours. That was fucking insane.
Jesus.
The game is a lot of fun. People haven't played Bulletstorm original for the PS3, Xbox 360. That's a fuck ton of fun. That's a really fun game by People Can Fly Studios and made by Epic. Now known for Fortnite, but in their prime known for Gears of War and Bulletstorm.
Wait, the people who made Fortnite made Gears of War?
Sorry, I think technically published, but the Epic is tied to it, and Epic is tied to Gears of War. That's incorrect to say they made it, but their team had a hand in it, to say the minimum. I'll say that. But yeah, they made the full clip edition for the Xbox One that I got like Black Friday like last year. And so this time around I was looking at the achievements, and it's kind of hard, but one of the achievements was to beat the campaign on the hardest difficulty, so I went through that and I recorded that. Fun fact, I'm definitely not gonna release that in whole because I saw it in the recording. I even mentioned it when I was playing. At the beginning, I was just like I was really invested. In like the last hour, it's just me not saying a damn word except for fuck, shit, and just like literally there was like an hour where like I said two things and both of them were shit. And that's it. That was the whole hour, and I was like, oh my god, like, but I get it because like I was just dead tired. I was like, I really wanted to finish it, and I was like, I'm not stopping. But fun game, Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. It's hella fun. If you like Duke Nukem, they have the DLC with Duke Nukem where you play as Duke Nukem, and it's actually funny because he says Duke Nukem lines in the game, so like they all refer to him as the main character, but he's like, I'm not Grayson, asshole. I'm Duke Nukem. I'm the king. And like he keeps making jokes about that, so it's pretty fun. Also, Bulletstorm is just a fucking fun game. FPS, first-person shooter. Story campaign is great. Multiplayer isn't super popular, but it is fun. Check it out. Recommend. But yeah, Alex, summary of the story. I know what you did. I see your sins.
Don't do it again.
Sneaky bastard.
Yep.
Who would have thought?
I know. You ain't gonna pull the wool over my eyes.
You guys and your achievements.
It's fun. I don't know.
It is fun.
I'm almost higher than Nick.
Okay, let's put that out there now. I want to say I wish I did, because last year, I don't know if this discussion was with you, Alex, or Big Fatella, but I say Big Fatella because I don't want to use his full name, which is not Nick or anything.
Oh.
It's a different person. I know they sound similar, but it's not the same person. But Bick, we had a discussion where we were talking about achievements, because I think that's around the time where Alex first got into. Bought the Xbox One, or no, he started to play the Xbox One on Nick's to get achievements. So we were talking about how he's like semi getting into achievements, and there was a discussion had, and I'm pretty sure it was close to Black Friday that last year, where I said, where we had a discussion about gamer score, and at that time I had like 80,000, I think. No, I probably had like 60 or 70,000. But I made a point, and I said it to Alex. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I said it to you. I said it to Nick. But I said Alex could beat Nick's gamer score in like a year with just like half-ass effort, because Big Fratella doesn't really play much and doesn't get achievements much either. But lo and behold, about a year later, if I had made that bet, I would have been right, because yeah, Alex is really close. So
congratulations.
Yeah, that's
Congrats.
not a. It wasn't a thing that's surprising. More as a thing that I guess always should have been expected.
Your
Yeah.
Good on you,
hard
Alex.
work
It's a
paid
whole,
off, Alex.
Yeah,
Yay! Congrats.
exactly. So good on you, Alex.
I know. My next goal is being.
Yeah, that's not happening. That is not gonna happen. You might beat me on the leaderboard, but fuck the day you catch up to me. Just for the record, I know that sounds very cocky, but I say that because I'm at 93,705. Alex is at he's at 36,461. So I am more than double his. And I play my Xbox, so you know, yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
you're
I mean, that's why they call it a challenge.
exactly, that's true. If you beat me, I will I don't know. Okay, you know what? If you beat me, I'll buy you one game. That's not a lot, but I'll buy you a game. What?
Yeah, do you know how long that's gonna take?
Yeah,
That's gonna take me at least a couple years to catch
so
up.
it might be a game on the fucking PS7 for all I know. But if it comes down to it, I'll buy you a game. So
God damn.
to add a bit to the challenge, because you know I like the challenge. Competition drives me, and it'll be good. So, yeah.
your guys' friendly competitions is pretty. Well, it's pretty cool to say the least. I was going to use another
It
word,
is.
but
Sounds
I know.
that sounds
I know
very
what word you
genuine.
were gonna use.
That sounds very genuine to me. So thanks
No,
for that,
it's,
I
I
guess.
swear it's a compliment, though. I swear it's a compliment.
Okay, but
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
yeah, because he's the only person I can't compete with, because there's only besides people that I follow that I don't actually know, there's only one other person that is on my friends list that actually gets achievements, but he started way before me, and it's not even close, and he's also in law school, so it's a whole busy thing. And so Alex is the only one that plays, but also is actually a reasonable competitor, because like, you know, Bick or whatever, Nick, I'll just say his name, I'll censor it out if I feel like it. Nick doesn't play, so there's never been a competition. The only time he ever he even joked about making achievements like a competition was second year, and that was the year where I both had 30,000 achievements gamer score lower than him, and also the year I beat him by 20,000. So he lost within the same year he made the joke, and that was funny. And everyone else just kind of isn't really that interested or isn't really gonna compete at all in the first place. So Alex is he's my rock. He's my rock in this.
Yeah, honestly, too bad Telltale went under because that would have been most of my achievements.
Yeah, that's so far majority of my perfects are Telltale games. Granted, I have some non-Telltale, and some of them are reputable, like Modern Warfare Remastered. I'm pretty close on MW2, and I have like serious games, but I have all the Telltale games 100% because that's just so fast and so easy. It's so easy.
There's one game or one series that is kind of like Telltale's and pretty easy, fast achievements that I've been doing is the Life is Strange series.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna that's why no matter what, I know I'm gonna eventually play Life is Strange, just because like even if I find out I hate the concept, like I'm gonna play it just because like at least I can try the game, because I do like to try games in all genres and types, just to because like everyone has a different execution on something and everything is very interesting. I like gaming as an entirety, but also because it's just easy 1,000. Like I'm gonna knock that out.
Exactly.
Quick.
That's why I've been playing lately. God damn it. Before the Storm. I've been playing Before the Storm.
I did see that actually. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, she's playing Before the Storm. Like, and then I was like, oh right, she shares Xbox. She shares Xboxes. So it's like one day I can just hop onto the other Xbox
Yeah.
and I'll
Bonus
knock that
episode.
shit out.
Do you like Life is Strange? Like, what's your opinion on it?
Honestly, I genuinely like it. Before the Storm is interesting. A lot of teenage angst. I get it, but also like it's a lot of teenage.
Life is so hard.
It's
Everyone hates me.
No,
Ugh.
it really is. I mean, I get it because I played Life is Strange, and it's also like spoilers and whatnot. Well, not spoilers because, well, anyway, let me backtrack. I like it and I understand where they're coming from because I've played Life is Strange, but Before the Storm, I finished the first episode and my God, I was just like, damn, this is too much teenage angst for me. But I still like the series in total. I haven't played the second season just because I'm waiting for all the episodes to come out.
Oh, speaking of which, I'll throw this in quickly because there's probably not a lot of discussion here, and there's also something else I want to talk about before you have to go, because you probably have to go very soon. But quick point: Life is Strange, episode 2 for season 2 is coming out in January of next year. So, based on that, it's probably gonna take a while before the whole season 2 is out. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like you know me, like I've waited years for games already that I've played and
Yes.
haven't played. And like that's what I did with that's what I did with first season. Like I didn't play until like a year and a half later maybe or 2 years later.
That is
So
true.
like I'm very patient when it comes to certain things, so that doesn't bother me.
Fair enough. And actually, I'm going to segue to a few other topics that I really want you to hear before you have to go, because you have to go very soon. Speaking of games that you can wait for and have wait for, a comment from the creative director, I believe, of Kingdom Hearts 3 had mentioned in an interview how he does have priorities outside of Kingdom Hearts 3, but for now, obviously, it's Kingdom Hearts 3 because the game is due to come out in a month and a half almost. I have to make that pre-order, by the way. I'm going to get the Steelbook. I'm so excited. I'm getting the full edition, but he said that he hasn't, just because he's focusing right now on Kingdom Hearts doesn't mean he's given up on his other priorities, namely, and this is going to be exciting, Final Fantasy VII. And now it is a definite priority, and it will be his major priority once he finishes Kingdom Hearts and it becomes and its whole launch is settled. However, an additional note, and sorry, Emmy, quickly just interject. Go for it.
I was just gonna say two things. Actually, my dad. I don't have to leave, so like, my dad just texted me, so.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, he'll
Oh,
be
okay,
able
well,
to pick
we'll
up.
slow it down.
Yeah, so
sounds
I
good,
could
sounds good.
stay, yay. And
Yay.
second,
Yay.
you know, Alex, just fuck off. Um, second point, what do you mean specifically? He's gonna make 7 as a priority. Like, in what sense? Like,
As in like all their work and effort is gonna be going to finishing the remake of 7.
fuck yeah.
Okay.
You're talking about Tetsuya and no Tetsuya, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
I have the link saved. Yep, it's Tetsuya Nomura.
Okay,
So it
because
is
he
him.
has a bad habit of like. Oh, I know he's a very busy person, but he's had such a bad habit of like taking on too much,
True.
and so.
Which is actually that's why the interview point was brought up, because they were saying like, oh, but you take on so many tasks, and he said yes, but after Kingdom Hearts 3, my first and major priority will be the 7 remake.
Okay.
So
'Cause
granted,
I was gonna
obviously,
say,
yeah,
I
like you
don't
said,
know.
take it with
I
a
don't know
grain of
about
salt, because he has a
Yeah,
track record for this kind
we'll
of stuff.
see.
But
Yeah.
yes, but that brings me to another point, and this is gonna be interesting. So obviously, it's no secret that a lot of the topics are about video games, mainly because a lot of the topics are ones that I bring up, and because I really just like reading and any video game news in general, not just because it's the only thing I like talking about. And so that's why a lot of things are video game skewed. And that's why usually when it comes to games and leaks and stuff for games that I enjoyed, I'm usually pretty up to date for the most part on general rumors, leaks, news, and stuff like that. Now my question is, what do you guys know? Because Emmy and Asham, I ask you guys this because this is mainly Final Fantasy is mainly the shit that you guys really know about. You're the heavy hitters there. I don't think me and Alex bring as much to the table in those discussions, and you guys are the ones really excited for the game. But how much do you guys know about the Final Fantasy VII remake? My first question.
Uh,
I don't know too much because I haven't had too much time to read into it.
Okay.
All I know is it's gonna have new graphics, so like I really don't know much.
no, they're
Okay,
staying
I
with
mean,
no, they're staying with 8-bit. You know, keeping it real.
They should. They should just make
Yeah.
everyone mad by staying at 8-bit, even though it's like a super remake for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So Emmy, is it the same for you for the most part?
Yeah, like a few years ago when I first heard about it, like I was really like I kept up with it a lot, but over the years
Mhm.
because of false promises and things being delayed in life,
Yeah, Tetsuya.
I just fell through with keeping up the information, so no, I don't know
Okay.
much about it
Okay.
either.
Okay, and so I guess my next question is, do you guys know about the trailer for the remake?
Yes.
The one that shows gameplay.
So,
No. I'm just gonna say no. I haven't seen it.
I
know of it, but I haven't seen it.
I'm just gonna say no for now. Yeah, like I
Okay.
feel like I've seen it, but no.
Okay, because this is not like a very serious one, but it's kind of a bit of call out because when I was reading about, because obviously I don't keep up too much with Final Fantasy just because I've never played that series, and while I am interested in trying it for the first time, it's not something like, if a game isn't on my like immediate radar, I usually end up missing out on a lot of information of it. However, with the news of the interview and Final Fantasy being a series I want to start soon, I started looking into it, and I wanted to make a call out because if you guys are big fans, you might have dropped the ball, because I found a trailer that shows off gameplay of the Final Fantasy VII remake, and it is a legitimate one, like it's a real one. And I was like, oh shit, this is huge. Like, why haven't I heard about this? Or like, I wonder if you guys heard about this. And I looked up when the trailer came out. Do you guys want to guess when the trailer for this gameplay trailer that shows gameplay of what the remake's gonna look like? And obviously, it might have changed since then. But do you guys want to guess when this came out?
A couple years ago, right? It's like years.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume like a year, 2 years, even
Okay.
3 years ago.
Yeah, so that is correct. This came out in PSX in 2015.
Yeah.
Of
And
course.
I saw this trailer and I was just like, what? I was like, this whole time, like, everyone's talking about how the trailer's coming out, like, the game is gonna come and it hasn't been coming. How have you guys not mentioned the trailer? Because obviously the game in the trailer doesn't look anything like original Final Fantasy VII.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, how did you guys not mention this? This looks badass. Like, the trailer looks
Honestly,
sick as fuck.
when you're talking about, I knew you were gonna bring that because I have. Okay, I thought. Yeah, no, I have seen that, but I'm gonna be honest. I kind of like just forgot about it too.
Yeah, me
Okay.
too.
Just because like I was
Alright,
I
that's
was
why
I was
feels
waiting for
familiar, but I'm
something
not too
new.
sure.
like something else. Like
Fair enough. That's why I said
because
it was a small call out, because I was just curious. Like, I imagined you guys forgot about it, but I was like, that's something pretty big.
no,
It's a
I
pretty.
agree. Yeah.
So I mean, and yeah, you guys. And that's actually another point. The reason I think I was more surprised, I was surprised you guys didn't make any comment, because I mean, from what I saw from the 7, and as far as I know of the original 7 game, not the remake, the gameplay trailer showed a game that's completely different, because it was like an action RPG, and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Final Fantasy 7 a turn-based strategy game?
Well, I mean, over the years they've changed their
Right, but
They've
I'm saying,
changed
like,
the gameplay of it.
I mean, sure, the gameplay's changed over games, but like, there's an implication when someone says a remake, right? Like, if I expect a remake of like fucking Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 from the PS2, I'm not expecting like a card game with a dating sim aspect. Like, I think there's like a assumption that the game is similar. Is there not? Am I wrong? Is 7 not a turn-based strategy game?
it is,
Right.
but
So
they
what's
changed it. So
Oh, and it's just okay. I'm curious because like,
Like,
I feel like
I
that's
didn't-
something
still
that'd be a
gonna
big
be a
deal.
turn-based, but the method for it is gonna be
yeah,
different.
I don't.
So it's not gonna be like
ex-
I don't know how to explain it either.
No,
Okay,
like-
because I'll share the link of the trailer I saw in case it might be a wrong trailer, because like it 100% looked like an action RPG. It looked like Kingdom Hearts. Like, I mean, as far as the gameplay went, I mean,
let me, I will. Okay, where's my word? Yes, it's supposed to be a remake, but also like that's another thing about it. Like they've changed their methods, and because they've changed their methods, they're changing up how the gameplay is going to be in 7. Because yes, you're right. Like the original 7, it was a turn-based strategy. But because over the years Final Fantasy's gameplay has changed to more action, to a more action setting,
Yeah.
they decided to integrate that with, I guess, the remake. And
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that with 7, they were going to take on an approach that was similar to the way Final Fantasy 14 is, where it's like before you had like the 4 characters in
quick
your group lined
clarification,
up,
that's the
and then they
online one,
attack.
right?
No, it's the Wait, did I say 14 or 15?
You said 14.
yeah, 14.
Oh, I think I meant 15.
Oh, okay, that's it.
It's the
Sorry,
one with
continue.
Noctis. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Okay,
one
I
with
just want to
Noctis. That
clarify.
one has more like an action approach, and so you have all 4 of the characters that are part of your group, and then you're Noctis, obviously. So you're running,
really?
but then they're also following you, and so you're attacking together. Whereas before, the gameplay was just one attacking with their each turn, and then you got to choose like the move that they were gonna do, and then now. With the new one, at least with the one with 15, it's more that you already have the attack set up, and so they're just attacking with you, and you can do combo attacks, and you can do different spells and whatnot.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I mean, yeah, like after seeing that trailer, I was like, oh my god, like this is nothing like what I thought I was supposed to be expecting, but this is awesome. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's see what happens with this.
Yeah,
But yeah.
they're changing it up.
Yeah, I was most of the surprises. I was like, how has this not been mentioned? Like we've talked about Final Fantasy, like 2 of the 3 podcasts so far. I was like, how has this not been mentioned?
Yeah, but then I'm also thinking too, because this hasn't really been a priority, they might like what you see in that trailer might not actually be like involved in the game.
Right. That's to be fair too. It's since it's been such a long time, I could totally see them having completely changed the idea, and like it might not be that at all, but.
Yeah,
I mean,
so that's what I think may happen too. They might change the gameplay from it by trying something new, or they might do something with what they did with 15, just depending on how well people really liked the way that game was set up.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, that was the little call out I had. But I guess transitioning off of that, since we already started talking about it, or at least Emmy, you did with your updates on your life. This is the first episode we recorded after Thanksgiving and Black Friday, so I guess it's only in logical sense that we talk about Black Friday hauls. So what did everyone get from Black Friday? How was Thanksgiving? Did you have any special plans? Did you buy anything cool? Any
I want to
gifts?
start.
Go for it.
Ooh.
Asham,
I
kick it
worked
off.
Black Friday.
You wait, what?
I worked.
Oh,
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and I worked at the. Oh, I don't know if I should mention the location.
you can say the name of the store, but unless it's like a
No,
small
it's not
chain,
the store
don't.
because if you know where it is, like you'll know how bad it really was that weekend.
Was it it was a retail? Was it like at least how? Let's clarify that. Like not get
Okay.
specific, but
You know what? I'll just say the name. It doesn't really matter to me.
okay, go for it.
So I worked at the Citadel for Black Friday. And so the Citadel is like this big shopping center, big shopping mall or whatever that's in Commerce. And so I worked during that day, Black Friday, and the
Did
whole
you get
freeway
trampled?
was backed out. Huh?
Did you get trampled?
I almost did various times, especially during my lunch break. I was trying to go get food, but everywhere it was just filled with people, and so I did not eat.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
that's a shame.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had to rely on like extra food that was in the back that people had been saving. Not saving, no, I didn't take their food, but like food that's just
You're
it was
the- you're the
saved for this
food predator.
occasion because they knew that like it was going to be impossible to get food. And like it wasn't so bad because I was working at one of the higher end stores, so like there was security and there was not a lot of people coming into the store because even with the Black Friday deals it was still pretty expensive. But by the time it was 5 p.m, all of a sudden like a people emerged and I'm like, where did you come from? Because the whole store was filled and it was hard to walk around because I kept bumping into people. The fitting rooms were like covered in clothing, but by that time my shift was over, so I got to leave. But I couldn't even leave because the freeway, the streets, and then the other entrance into that place was all backed up by traffic. And then I was like, okay, I'll just take the bus. The bus wasn't going to get to the bus stop until like 2 hours and 30 minutes
Ooh.
later.
Fuck.
And so I was like, I'm walking home, I guess.
Oh,
And so I
that's
walked
rough.
home.
Oh
Damn.
no.
That's a
Yeah, I walked home. But it wasn't too bad because there were a lot of people who also were just like, yeah, we're going to walk. And so I got to walk with like randos. So we were all together in a little crowd just walking.
Did you make friends?
Okay, well that's yeah. Did you make friends?
Sort of. Small conversation. But I walked for a while. So I walked for an hour.
Well, that sounds like a unfortunate, rough Black Friday. But what did you get? Did you get any good hauls? Did you have a great Thanksgiving? Did anything make up for that?
I got paid, so.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
But I didn't really get anything.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I
fair.
did get something, but it was just skincare stuff. Oh, but I did get Evil Within,
The movie or the game?
the game.
Nice.
Oh,
I managed to get the game.
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
super
It's
excited to
about
play it.
time.
yeah.
I know, it's about time. I'm really excited. I want to finish it.
Should have got the second one while you were at it.
Whoa,
No.
whoa. Does this
I-
mean I have to come
it's-
over now?
Sure. Come play.
Sure. Sure.
Now you.
Do you want to finish
now-
the game
now
together
Asham's out of
or not?
excuses.
Well, let me get to the point where we left off.
Well, you
Now
have to
Asham's out of
save.
excuses. She was the whole time she was like, "You can't come over, Emmy. I don't have the game." And now she has the game, and she accidentally told you. So now it's like, oh
Yeah,
crap.
exactly.
Emmy's coming
She's
over.
gonna be here
Fuck.
all the time.
Yeah, you
God
can't,
damn
you
it.
can't get rid of me.
Fuck. Why'd I say it?
Wait, what do you mean
Yeah.
get to the point that we left off? Don't you still have the save file?
Oh, would it be able to? I thought it was just like if I have Alex's game, it would be able. I haven't played it yet, so I don't know.
Oh no, it's
But-
not like that. It's on the console, so you should be good.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's not Nintendo. Nintendo. Suck at it.
Suck
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
that's the one thing. Like Nintendo is like a company that makes so much money, yet it's like they have two different studios. They have the studio that does all the decisions that make them money, and then the other studio that's like, hey guys, what if I lose my game? Oh fuck them, right? Let's just they have to buy another one. They're like, oh they lost their game, no digital saves. Fuck that. Like they have two different studios. One that like makes great games, the other that says, Oh man, you know what the most convenient way to play online with your friends is? What? Type a 25-digit code every time you want to sync up with them. That's genius. That's the best way. People love putting in the codes to redeem prizes. Let's make that into the way they play with their friends. Like, they're retarded. I hate it. Nintendo is like such a smart company, and yet whenever it comes to like these small details, they're just like the stupidest people on planet Earth.
Oof.
I'm sorry, it's the truth. It's the truth in my opinion.
Calling them out.
I mean,
Yeah.
even their Nintendo Online, it's an app. It's not even like if you want to communicate with people, you have to download an app on your phone, and you have to use that, and like has like it still uses friend codes, which is so stupid. Like, if I wanted to add someone on Xbox, like I just put in their name or their gamer tag, super easy, right? If I wanna freaking add them on Nintendo, I need their fucking address, their social security number, their mother's maiden name. Like, Jesus Christ, I'd rather just take their bank account at that point. Like, it's not even worth it. It's just, it's the craziest thing, because it's like Nintendo is like Two-Face. Like, sometimes you're like, wow, Nintendo really gets the customers, and then other times you're like, wow, Nintendo really just bent me over and shit in my mouth. I'm like, thanks. It's just been a long time coming. I'm just saying. I've been wanting to share that for the longest time. It's always been true. But yeah, okay. So Asham had a rough, but probably physically rewarding Black Friday, and she's a better person for it.
Oh wait, I wanted to share what happened today.
Yeah, I was
Go
gonna
for
wait for that.
Yes. I was telling Emmy what happened. Like, I gave her a small detail of what I was doing today and like what happened. So she's like, yeah, I want to hear it. Okay. So today I went to, well, let me start with the beginning because it's kind of a long story. Today we were supposed to buy wood from Home Depot because we're installing like wood floors in my room. And so we asked my mom's friend if we could borrow their Subaru, and they were like, yeah, sure, like come get the Subaru. So we get the Subaru, and it's like this, yeah, Subarus are huge, but this one was like big Subaru. And so my friend was like,
Subaru.
it was a big one. It was a big Subaru. And so we were like, oh, how much do we owe you for like letting us use your Subaru? And she was like, just fill it up with gas. And we're like, okay, that's easy. So we go to the gas station, and like there's like a lock on the little gas cork thing. And so we wasted like 20 minutes trying to open the thing because we didn't know how to open the little gas thing with a key. Like, it kept saying like, twist it to the right, twist it to the right, twist it 1/4, then do three little clicks to lock it. And I was like,
God.
This is pointless. And so we had asked someone to help us, and like they figured it out and stuff. And we just filled up the tank so we wouldn't have to deal with it again for the rest of the day. And then we went off to Home Depot. And so as we're making our way into Home Depot, I see this man, well, two men actually, one with a man bun and another one covered with tattoos. And they're just running across the parking lot. And like they were just running super, super fast. And my mom was like, is there a sale? And I was like, I'm pretty sure they're thieves. Nobody runs that fast to their car unless they're stealing something. And so we see them get into like this like janky ass car. And so I tell my mom like, okay, let's like drive around. So like if they're like dangerous thieves, we won't like get hit or something. But no, my mom decides to drive where they are and like try and take their parking. I was like, what are you doing, lady? And so we, like, I turned and I saw this other man, and he was kind of like on the heavier side. I'm assuming he was trying to chase them, but I wasn't too sure because he was just walking. But I don't know if that's what he couldn't run, and so he was just like walking fast. I don't know what he was doing.
He's just really out of shape.
Eventually, my mom's Subaru just like blocks off the whole way as they're trying to make a right. And so they pull up in front of us trying to like make a turn, but they couldn't go because the Subaru was too big and it was taking up the whole right side. And so the guy was like, shit. And so he like drove back and tried to go the other way. But lo and behold, another Subaru
Hey.
appeared. And so
Subaru.
both sides were blocked.
Oh my god.
Subaru.
And
Subaru
so-
saves the day.
Subaru power. And so these guys are like stuck and they just stole something. I'm assuming they stole from the overly weight man who was trying to run towards them. But eventually the car positioned itself so that it could like narrowly escape towards the left. But by the time that they managed to fix themselves, angle themselves, get the right speed, whatever it is you do with driving, the overly weight man had reached there and he managed to take a picture of the thief's face, a picture of the thief's car, and a picture of the thief's driving plate.
Wait,
And I was
so
like-
they were stuck in the middle of two cars, and this dude just circling their car, taking pictures. They don't decide to like run or anything.
And they couldn't even back out and drive away because they parked right
Clearly,
in
they're
front. You know,
smart.
like in the parking spot, there's like trees in the middle, like sometimes to like block off the parking spots. Yeah, so they were blocked behind by a tree. They were blocked by my mom's Subaru, and then they were blocked by another Subaru, and so they just wasted time. They just wasted a lot of time trying to leave the scene.
Wait, so they stayed in their car, right? Because like you can't take those 3 pictures at once. Like you have to walk around the car to do that, right?
Yeah, they just stayed. He had time to walk around and like do all this.
Oh my god.
And yeah, that's what happened. And then we went back into like, well, we went into the Home Depot. And like by the time the guys left and everything, the cops finally came. And then the guy handed over the pictures. He's like, "This is what they look like. This is the car. This is the plaques. This is what they stole. Go find them." And so I just hear like a ton of like police cars start the chase. And yeah, that's what happened at Home Depot. That was my story.
That's what happened at Home
Nice.
Depot.
That's just another day at Home Depot.
Ah, the
Another day at
crazy
Home
stories
Depot,
of
yeah.
Home Depot.
But it was so funny because I told my mom, like, drive around. You don't know if they're armed. You don't know if they're dangerous. She was
No, I
like,
need
no,
the
I'm going
parking
to take their
spot."
parking spot. And so she just sits there in the middle of the road, just blocking the right side, waiting for them to leave so she could park. At one point, I made eye contact with the driver. And he, like, when he said shit, I started laughing because I was like, huh, you're fucked. You got caught. You're going to jail.
It's like a fucking cartoon. Like they're looking over, like fuck, and then you just see like the 7-year-old who just like sticking the tongue out, like eh. Like, fuck you. But except this time it's not a 7-year-old. It's Asham just watching them fucking panic because the Subaru superheroes are here to save the day.
Subarus.
Subarus.
I
though,
was
that's
just thinking, I was like, what kind of luck do you have where like your like escape is like blocked by 2 Subarus?
little
That's
little do
awesome.
they know that their one weakness was Subarus and that there would be 2 of them.
Yeah.
It's like the first time.
And it was so funny because they ran with all their might, like if it was if their lives depended, they just ran for it, almost getting hit by cars that were coming, only to be defeated by Subarus.
So do you have an idea of what they might have stolen, like specifically? Like, was it worth a lot?
I don't know. I know that it was 2 small boxes, so I'm thinking what they might have stolen was like a heater, and I don't know.
God damn.
They were too fast for me to see what they stole. That's how fast they were running.
Damn. Okay. Clearly their
They
feet
just
move
kept going on
fast,
foot.
but their brains do not.
Yep.
Is the moral of that story, I guess. So be smart if you're gonna commit crimes.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Have a plan.
literally the stars were not aligned for them. Because if you know
They
Clearly
were
not,
not.
no.
if you know anything about Subarus, it's Japanese. Name for Pleiades, the 7 sisters of the stars. So there's these group of stars. There's 7 of them, and then they're named Pleiades. Because they're like, I think it's Greek. They named them after
Because
sisters.
they love plates.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, also that. And the Japanese word for that is Subaru. So the
Oh.
stars,
Oh, I didn't know that.
the stars were not aligned for them.
They really weren't.
This-
Oh my god, it was hilarious just seeing their face full of anxiety, anguish, defeat, me laughing at them.
That's the key part of that story, really.
Yeah. Getting to make eye contact and laughing in their face because they just got blocked off
Damn.
by Subarus. I could have
Vicious.
died if they had been armed and they would have shot me because if they were angry that I was laughing at them. But I'd be like, you know what? In the end, I still had the last laugh because you're still going to jail even if I'm dead.
I don't know if that's how that works. But all right. That's a very interesting story. I don't think that can be topped. But oh shit. Sorry, that was oh shit related to the something else. Nothing. Ignore that. Okay. So that was Asham had a very eventful Thanksgiving, both good and bad. Overall, sounds like more bad, but I guess the bandit thing made it probably pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
So who wants to share next? There are stories of Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and the weekend off, I guess.
I'll go.
All right, Alex, taking the lead.
So Black Friday, I only got one thing, and that's Monster Hunter World.
Oh, cool.
So yeah.
What'd you get it for?
that's
Just why not share the
Xbox.
console? Yep. Sweet.
And as far as Thanksgiving, nothing really special.
Fair enough. Emmy, I know a lot of your updates were related to that, but is there anything else you want to add to your stories of Thanksgiving and that stuff?
Let's see what I got here. No, that was mostly it. Oh shit, I was gonna say something. Totally escaped me. Oh, I hailed a few days ago here.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
like a few
Interesting.
days ago, like it was pouring. Today's what, Saturday? Oh, Thursday. It happened Thursday, and then like around, I'll say, closer to 4 o'clock, it just started hailing, and I'm like, holy shit, it's hail! Because I haven't seen hail since elementary, and it never really rains here, never much less hailing, and so
Right.
that was eventful.
It's neat. Yeah, I think the last time I remember it hailing in SoCal was in 4th grade, which is like,
Right, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, me too. That's when I remember it.
Yeah, like that was literally like I think the only time in the history of me living there from like 2000 to like 2018 where I think I remember it hailing was like 4th grade, which I guess is like somewhere in the I can't do math. I'm something 2000s, I guess. And I remember that pretty clearly, but all right, that's
Quick maths.
eventful. But yeah, so I guess I will go in with my Thanksgiving stories. So I didn't have much to talk about because I didn't really even before Thanksgiving when I was checking deals and stuff. I think I was talking to Emmy about this a while back where I was like, oh, I know I have a lot of games on my backlog, both to beat and also 100%. So I don't want to be really strict with my financial spending and only buy it if it's like a game I really, really need or something like that. So I'd come to the conclusion early that I wasn't going to get any games. So I didn't really buy much over Thanksgiving, except for a new headset for my Xbox, which is a really nice headset, although currently the mic isn't working. But the headset itself is nice as hell. PDP, it's Afterglow. It's sick as fuck. It sounds great. It's wireless, so that's awesome. The mic's a little broken, but I'm going to send in a complaint report probably. Hopefully that gets fixed. And yeah, so I didn't buy much, but that was just mainly the headset. But I do have a story from Black Friday, although it's not Black Friday related technically. So, and this is going to lead into something else later too, small story. But on Black Friday, I was back home and I went to the Lakers game with a few family and friends. And so they were playing the Utah Jazz. And so, I like basketball a lot. I follow basketball pretty heavily, so I was excited to go. And the game was good. The Lakers won in the end, but it was a pretty shit performance overall. LeBron's still great, but it's not a good day for him. But the reason why it's important is because so the Lakers game is a very showy event. Not all NBA teams are like that. Warriors are a lot less, but because I've only been to those two stadiums and the Clippers. But they have a lot of halftime games and rewards and sponsors who do games of some sort. So one sponsor that's been at the Lakers game forever is Pechanga Resort. And they do a bunch of different types of games. And this time they did a game where it was just a simple prediction game. So they would bring up a fan, and they would and there would be 5 cards. And they would flip the first one over, and the fan would have to guess if the next card was higher or lower. And if they got all the way, they would win like $100,000, right? So they brought this dude up. And I forget his name, and I'll probably share the video later. And so they explain the rules, and the announcer woman, she's like, okay, so we'll show you the first card. You say higher or lower, and if the next card is higher or lower, you're correct, and you move on. And if you get all 5, you win, right? So she says, okay, and we're going to start the game. So she starts, and the first card flips over is 0, right? And then instantly, without pause, the guy's like, lower. And then she actually she reacted too, because like everyone in the audience was like, what? Like there was a pause, and the woman actually like stopped for a second. She like looked at him like, what? And everyone like there was 20 seconds where no one said anything. Like there was dead air where everyone just looked at him, and he just he had a smile on his, like he didn't have a smile on his face. He just said lower, and then he just kind of just waited, and he was just like looking at the screen waiting for the number to flip. And then the card flips, and lo and behold, it's not lower than fucking 0. So he loses just immediately. He loses on the first one because he says lower, and it's fucking 0, and the game's over. Like that's it. It wasn't like I don't think it was a joke or anything. And I'll show you the video because like he just says that, and that's it. It was just so nonchalant, and that's it. The dude just loses the game because he was just like first instinct lower than 0, and that's it. And he lost a chance at $100,000. And I just thought, like, when I saw that, I was just laughing my ass off because it was just, when I show you this video, you'll see it doesn't seem planned in any way. Like it just seems like it was very natural, and this guy is just retarded. Like he's just so dumb that he didn't even think about it. But other than that, that was like the only really notable story to tell. I had a great time Thanksgiving. Ate a lot of food. That was a lot of fun. Otherwise, not really much to say. Like I said, didn't buy much, but I am happy that everyone else had a great holiday. I'm happy that Emmy got a hard drive because we can play more game options to play. I'm happy that Alex got Monster Hunter World because that we can play that. That's also fun. And yeah, I guess going from that, going into that, I'm gonna make a quick shout out to another basketball story. This guy probably doesn't mean anything to you guys, but for those of you who follow basketball, if you're watching this, Shaquille O'Neal just made a comment recently about how he always has been nicknamed Superman, and that was his nickname. But recently he said that he thinks it deserves to be passed down to Giannis Antetokounmpo, aka the Greek Freak, aka the whatever other nickname you choose. MVP and MVP candidate, NBA All-Star of the Milwaukee Bucks, and that's just a big deal I wanted to share because like Shaq has a huge ass ego, and he and Dwight Howard had a bitch fight for like 20 years, it feels like, over the fact that Dwight Howard called himself Superman without Shaq's permission. So that's a pretty big deal when Shaq says he wants to pass down the mantle. Just want to put that out there. That's all about it. So yeah. Superman mantle has been passed by Shaq himself. That's a big deal for people who follow basketball. Just saying.
Did the other guy accept it?
He hasn't made any comment yet, but I mean, he probably is going to. He's a cool kid. He's like 23.
He's like, fuck that shit.
that'd be very interesting, actually. Yeah, if he just rejected it, that would cause a whole nother beef. Cause
that would really that would hurt his pride. That would hurt Shaq's pride.
Shaq shit on Dwight Howard for like, I mean, there's legitimate reasons to shit on Dwight Howard, but for 10 years, it was very clear that Shaq mainly shit on Dwight Howard because he was angry that Dwight Howard took his Superman nickname, and like that was like the whole beef there started. I think I believe the whole beef was primarily just because of the whole the nickname thing. So the fact that Shaq passed it down is a pretty big deal because he's a great player, he's a funny guy, but he is known to have a pretty fucking huge ego, maybe bigger than him himself. So, yeah.
The other guy's like, oh no, I want to be Lex Luthor.
That'd be a very interesting thing to say. Don't even know how that would work out, but alright.
I've got a question since we're on the topic of basketball.
Go for it.
Okay, so I don't know where I heard it. I don't know if it's like a rumor or whatever, but I heard that Carmelo might be playing for the Lakers.
Okay, so Carmelo Anthony, his glory days known for his play on the Knicks and more accurately on his play on the Nuggets, is a former NBA All-Star, and he currently plays. He got traded from the Rockets. So I've heard rumors that he's coming to LA, but to be fair, LA has a lot of money and a lot of players are rumored there. I don't know if he's actually going to LA. I don't believe it. I doubt it. For a lot of reasons, and so he's probably not. Also because he's on the downside of his career. I mean, his career has been pretty.
Yeah,
he's
been bad.
and I'm not gonna say he wasn't like fantastic scorer in his heydays, which was like a lot of the Nuggets years and early Knicks years, but he's fallen off heavy since then, and like he's not. There's no way they'd, unless like LeBron asks for it, not begs for it. If LeBron wants something, they'll give LeBron whatever he wants. But if I don't think they're bringing Carmelo to the Lakers. Durant though, next year, suck it Warriors, it's happening. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure either, but it could happen. Everyone likes the Lakers because LA is a place to be. But yeah, so I'm gonna shut down that. I'm gonna bust that Carmelo myth. So boom, busted.
Myth busted.
Myth
Has been busted.
I was waiting for Asham to say busted. She said myth, and it sounded like she was just gonna say busted, but like
Yeah, she never
nothing
said
happened.
that.
So
I was like, wait.
yeah, exactly. I was like, all right, it's coming. But
I was gonna say fact or myth. Myth.
Oh. All right, fair enough.
But then I just ended up saying myth.
I was like,
But
you left me on edge.
But segueing off of that to other things that are busted, and this is a two-pronged news thing because the topic is related, but they're two different incidents related to it. One's happy, one is sad. I'll start with a sad one, just because I think once I mention the name, you're gonna guess where it's going. But Daredevil. In the last few weeks, Netflix has been mentioning how shows like Iron Fist and Luke Cage have been getting canceled, and while obviously those are all intertwined properties, Luke Fist and Iron Cage both being canceled isn't super surprising. None of the shows, but Iron Fist much more than Luke Cage, but they didn't have stellar performances. Luke Cage had a great first half in season 1 in my opinion, and second half of season 1 is second season altogether is decent. While Iron Fist, I didn't see all of season 2, but Iron Fist season 1 was but so them getting canceled wasn't super surprising, and some people even thought maybe it was just a cancellation so they could do Heroes for Hire. I thought so too, because I thought there was no way they're going to cancel all the Netflix properties.
Hold on, guys, I'll be right back.
Alright. Jessica Jones got canceled, and that was kind of surprising. Granted, I didn't like Jessica Jones season 1. I didn't see season 2. I did like David Tennant, but I didn't really feel the show overall was great, and the beginning of season 2 I thought was like, oh god. So those got canceled, but I thought that those were just because they were doing poorly and unrelated to anything else, even though a lot of people thought it was Marvel shutting them down, and we don't know for sure, but it probably is. But then, just a few days ago, they announced that Daredevil is officially getting canceled.
What?
And yeah, and so coming off of season 3, which me and Emmy have talked,
It's amazing.
The spoiler window has passed, by the way, if you guys have been following since episode 1, so we are going to mention spoilers if it comes up. But season 3 is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That show was fantastic. Wilson Fisk still killing
my
it. Vincent
God.
D'Onofrio, you are amazing. Charlie Cox as Daredevil is amazing. Bullseye is fantastic. Karen,
Wait, who's
I was gonna say Karen
the
Gillian, but
the guy you mentioned after Kingpin?
Charlie Cox,
No, before you. Oh,
Wilson Fisk, or sorry,
Did you-
Vincent D'Onofrio?
yeah. Is that the actor
That's
for
the actor.
Wilson Fisk?
Wilson
Oh,
Fisk.
okay, I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
want to make sure. I don't really know their names too much, but all right.
That's fair. But yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio, he killed
Yeah,
it
he
as
did.
Wilson Fisk.
Holy
And
shit!
Charlie Cox killed it as Daredevil.
course.
I don't remember the guy that played. Oh, Wilson Bethel, I think played Bullseye in season 3.
Amazing.
He's amazing. Shit, why did I forget her name? The woman that plays Karen Page. Shit,
Amazing.
I know her name
That
too.
was honestly
She's
her best
fantastic.
performance.
Yeah, she great. Froggy, fantastic. Everyone in that
Awesome.
show kills it.
Dude,
And the fact that it's getting
the
canceled is some
FBI agent.
bullshit.
Holy shit!
Oh yeah, yeah.
Props to him.
The FBI agent, dude, he killed it too. Season 3 was fantastic and has perfectly cemented, in my opinion, that as far as legacy, Daredevil is, in my opinion, I thought Daredevil was solid all around, and it was a fantastic all 3 seasons. Everything else was except for Punisher, which only had 1 season. Now, this is scary because Punisher hasn't been canceled. They haven't made a comment about it. However, if they're gonna cancel Daredevil with the season it just had, there's no way in hell they have any reservations about canceling Punisher, and that's some bullshit. Because Punisher and Daredevil are fantastic, and this is
Why
fucking bullshit.
decide?
No idea. That's the thing. There's no official comment. We can always come up with as many theories as we want, but there's no official comment. And Netflix did say, which I think this is just PR nonsense. I don't think it means anything. They said Daredevil will be coming back eventually, or they didn't say that. They said something like he will be seen again, or something like that. I think that's PR bullshit. I think that's just what they're saying so that people don't flip out at Marvel or anything. But either way, I am floored at these shows because Daredevil is fantastic. I recommend anyone to watch it. Punisher is fantastic, and they're probably they're almost definitely gonna cancel Punisher now that Daredevil got canceled. It's almost guaranteed. And this is a travesty that these shows are getting canceled. For what reason, I don't know. But all I know is if I don't ever get to see Charlie Cox again as Daredevil, I will be one unhappy camper, to say the least. And some people are there's a bunch of theories, and some of the theories are like, oh, Marvel's gonna bring him into the movie loop. That's not happening. I don't believe that for a second. Another theory is that Marvel's gonna do their own version of the characters, which if that's happening, I'm pissed because they're gonna probably do a lot shittier, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people like Marvel stuff, but like, I never believed they could pull off something as like gritty and serious as most of the Netflix shows tried to be. So I'm not looking forward to that. So and Punisher, to be fair, they also casted Punisher and Charlie Cox fantastically. Like, Charlie Cox and John Bernthal as their respective characters nailed it, and Wilson Fisk as Vincent D'Onofrio, it nailed it. So like, if they try to do their own version and have to recast, like that's gonna be really disappointing because like, I don't know.
I don't see
I can't.
if say they so happen to integrate them in the movie universe. I don't see why they can't keep the same cast for
That's the thing
for
too,
the
and like
movies.
that makes sense too, and like, I don't know, it's weird because like they always have said, Marvel has always had the stance that, the TV show like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and shit are like, they're related to the movies, but anyone that actually watches it knows that's a bullshit statement because like, sure, they're related because, oh yeah, I can also go to my printer and print out a picture of Hulk and put it on my window. It doesn't mean I'm in the Marvel universe. Like, that doesn't mean shit. Like, if they're ever connected, show some kind of interconnectivity going on. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. tries to do it more because they have like seasons that reference events in the movie, but they're still not connected if they're so disconnected, like how the shows run. So like, I was early on. I came to the conclusion, yeah, like Marvel can say all they want, they're not gonna connect. We're not gonna see the shows and movies intertwine actively. Obviously, that changes now because they're making a bunch of their movie characters their own TV shows on the Disney streaming service coming soon. And they announced the name of the Scarlet Witch one, which will be Scarlet Witch and the Vision. So their Disney streaming service show will be called that. So that's actually apparently supposed to have Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany. And Loki's getting his own show on the Disney streaming service, and apparently Tom Hiddleston is confirmed to be in it. So
oh wow,
maybe now that they have the Disney streaming service, they're gonna actually try to make TV shows that connect to the movies, but under their own control. And if that's the case, then maybe that's also why they had a hand in canceling these Netflix shows, because they're gonna either bring these shows back to life on their Disney streaming service under their own control, or maybe they're gonna recast them and kind of work them in from the beginning with their whole greater plan or whatever. But either way, the shows that have existed prior, even if they say they're connected, they really have minimal connection. And like, it's not like it doesn't mean much, the connection they said they have. I mean, a lot of it is really just kind of excessive and like, not excessive, but like additional and not really that important. So it's not like it really counts. And yeah, so just, oh man, I'm in kind of because the Daredevil news came much later than the rest of the show, so I was like, oh no, like I finished Daredevil season 3 like the weekend it came out, and I was like, yeah, there's no way they're canceling Daredevil. Like Daredevil killed it. This was a fantastic season, and I was like, there's no way it's getting canceled. And so I'm kind of I'm a little shell shocked to say the least that it actually did get canceled.
You're telling me I fucking loved season 3. Like everything
I
about
mean,
it. God
God,
damn.
yeah, like even the ending, like the ending is like people were saying like at least the ending's conclusive and stuff, and yeah, I guess like to some degree it is kind of conclusive in the fact that like there is a solid like ending feel to the end of season 3, but I mean this shouldn't be the end though. God damn
No,
it.
because they still have Dex and that whole like
They
shit.
still have Dex. Yeah, Dex is like he's gonna fully adopt the Bullseye title. Fucking not why was I gonna say Deadpool. Daredevil is like really just coming into his own light again. Fucking Wilson Fisk is still Wilson fucking Fisk. Like,
Dude, and it
There's another reason though why they're canceling the shows too.
whatever.
It's because Disney's starting their own streaming service. I don't know if they made it official or not, but it's kind of a sign that it is going to be official that Disney's going to pull stuff out. Because doesn't Disney own Marvel?
They do. That's actually what we were talking about prior. That's what when I said the Scarlet Witch show and the Loki show, like that's what I was saying, because they are putting it on the Disney streaming service, and those
I
shows are
didn't
going
pay
to be
attention. My
exclusive.
bad.
And yeah, they do have their streaming service, and it's confirmed. And it's coming out next year, and they're gonna have some probably. I mean, more, they haven't confirmed the full catalog, but definitely Marvel stuff. In addition to the Marvel TV shows they're making exclusively for it, featuring the movie actors as their characters in a TV series, and more Disney movies and probably Star Wars stuff. And so, like we were saying earlier, I'll just recap it. Is yeah, one of the theories that people were saying is that they gutted these shows on Netflix because they're gonna like redo them, or maybe either redo them completely from the ground up with new actors and everything on their streaming service, or they're gonna bring these actors and actresses together to create the show, but this time under their direct wing, so they can control like the story and how it ties into the greater role. But that is one theory.
Okay.
And, when you listen back to this, you're gonna realize how much the conversation before you said that predated discussion on the Disney streaming service.
Oh, sorry.
But, that's cool.
My thing is kind of like
No, I just find it
slowly
funny.
fuzzing you out, so I heard the conversation, but not all the conversation.
So Daredevil got canceled. That's a sad day. Punisher's probably gonna get canceled too. So
they didn't even give
bullshit.
Punisher a chance.
They did, and it was fantastic. That's the thing. They're gonna cancel it when it was good.
I know.
That's bullshit. Cause like fucking, oh god, their track record for shit is garbage. Cause like I've seen the first 3 episodes of Inhumans, and I'm never gonna see the rest of Inhumans. They shouldn't have canceled Daredevil and Punisher, regardless of what their reasoning is. But yeah, so the other thing I was segueing into from that is the trailer for Daredevil, the VR game for PlayStation VR dropped. Have you guys seen the trailer or heard of the trailer?
No.
Nope.
I've heard of the trailer. I haven't seen
Now,
it. though.
hearing that, what's your first thoughts about Daredevil coming to VR as a video game?
Will we be able to see anything?
I think it's gonna be cool.
That's
That's mean. But
I'm just saying.
Yeah, so back to Emmy's question, are we going to be able to see? While Asham said that was rude, actually that was the exact question I was waiting for, because that's what the trailer is. The
Fuck yeah.
trailer is for
Really?
some reason an April Fool's joke in early December, and it's just a black screen. The whole trailer is just a black screen, and you can't see
Wow.
shit.
Told you.
I don't know the reason why it was decided to release now, because April Fool's is months away, but that is exactly what it is. It's just it's a PSVR trailer,
what
because
it
it does the whole
was?
PSVR intro, and then once it zooms into the goggles and goes in the eyes, it just goes black. Like the screen is just pitch black. So it was. I just saw that and I was like, why was this released today? Like, what the fuck? I was like, this is funny as hell, but who decided today was the day to release it? But it's kind of ill-timed because
wow.
with Daredevil's cancellation, it actually brings up more sad memories than pleasant. But more Marvel news to come in the Game Awards segment, so if you haven't already, check that out. But yeah, so that was all I want to talk about Daredevil related. Mainly, it was the fact that I'm so sad it got just canceled. But the VR thing was an interesting, nice addition to the week, I guess. But yeah, any other video game news you guys need to talk about pressing?
It's sort of related to video games.
All right, go for it.
So I recently discovered a program called Autodesk Sketchbook. That's what I made the stylus for. I don't know for those who saw my Snapchat. Well,
I did.
Asham doesn't
Yeah.
have Snapchat because she
Loser. She's a loser.
Ashton's
but she has a
phone
life,
memory
so
ran
that's
out.
fine.
Loser.
But so I made so my laptop is a touchscreen.
Did it not come with a stylus?
No.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
that.
no, it didn't
Oh.
come with stylus.
That's
But I mean, in the 4 years I've had it, I didn't need one. But
Sure,
now,
sure. Most people
now that
don't.
I do, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy a fucking $20 stylus. And so I
Right.
went on to good old YouTube, looked up how to make a stylus, made it in like less than 5 minutes, and it works for what it is. And so,
Right.
and what Autodesk
Throw it
Sketchbook
together.
is basically like Adobe
Illustrator.
Illustrator. Thank you. But for free. For it's
Now that was not a pronunciation difference.
no.
but-
That's I just have a hard time with words.
I'm just giving you a rough time. You go ahead.
I'm
Go
aware.
ahead.
But yeah, and so I'm just like testing it out and see. It's definitely a learning curve because I want to do all the cool shit that I see digital art does. Of course, I'm not there, but I want to like try. And so in order,
So is Adobe SketchUp a free program or?
Autodesk Sketchbook,
Oh,
yeah.
Autodesk. Sorry. Yes.
No, it's alright. Yeah, it's actually a free program. Uh, an artist on Instagram that I follow actually kind of promoted it because he was doing a few of his digital art on it, and they look pretty cool. And so I checked out the link, and you could get it for mobile or your desktop or both. Why not? And it's actually pretty cool. There's a free trial, but I think it's still free if you make a Autodesk account. I still haven't gotten there. Like I just been lazy. But honestly, it's been pretty cool, and in order for me testing it out, I thought what better way to test it out than to do some like fan art and stuff. And so I've been really like into Sombra lately, and so I'm doing just a bunch of like Sombra fan art shit.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so yeah, and like yeah, it's definitely a learning curve because I'm not used to drawing on computer with all these terms and shit, but it's going.
All this newfangled technology. It's too much for me.
It's a load too much.
But so what are your intentions with Autodesk Sketchbook?
Create
What are
cool
your life goals?
create cool shit. Also, I'm planning to do
Okay.
like logos and like do little like sketches, so eventually I could create those into stickers.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Nice.
So, cool,
Yeah, I
cool.
want to do like original
Sounds
like
awesome.
little ideas so I could like finally like make actual stickers with those. Like I've made stickers before
awesome.
with like I would draw it and then like scan it and then like do a little touch up. But with this, it would be a much higher quality.
Oh, all right, neat. Awesome.
So yeah,
Yeah.
there's that.
Emmy's getting into drawing. I'm excited to see what comes of these Sombra fan arts.
I've always been into drawing. It's just now lately I've a bit more free time on my hands.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
But all right, cool. So speaking of fans and fan art, something that I guess probably designs came from fan art in the weeks that before since we recorded a podcast, a trailer dropped. Not just any trailer, something pretty big. Obviously, there's a few things I could be referring to, but there's one that's bigger than the rest, and that is the trailer for Detective Pikachu.
Oh yeah.
That dropped.
Mm.
Oh my god.
And there's a lot to be said about it because the trailer goes off, and for those of you who haven't seen it, the link will be in the description below. But the trailer shows off Detective Pikachu, played by none other than Deadpool, who played by Ryan Reynolds, because this is basically just Deadpool in Pikachu's body. But
Dude, I freaked out when I saw that trailer. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Me too.
they do show, they show the
I
Pokemon,
was
and they show a lot of
disturbed by
Pokemon,
it.
not just Pikachu, as the name would have had you believe. And
Yeah.
we should talk about that, because this is the first time we are, I think anyone is, because ever actually seeing an attempt at a live action / CGI, because the Pokemon are obviously CGI. They didn't actually get real Pikachus.
What, they didn't?
No, they didn't.
Fuck.
That's it's crazy.
That's a
I'm
shame.
surprised.
Dude, it's not gonna be
They all
good.
hunted them into extinction. Their meat so good, yum
It's
yum.
gonna-
How much you want to bet that Nintendo's genetically trying to genetically modifying?
Actually, Jurassic Park
animals
was
to
based
look
off
like-
Nintendo's failed Pokemon experiments. They were trying to create a
Wait, what?
Tyranitar, and then they were like, "Well, we failed hard," but that's why they came up with the idea of Jurassic Park.
Uh,
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Google Tyranitar, fucked up, and see what you get. Save search
I'm
off.
scared
Don't be
now.
a bitch. But no, obviously they did not. But
I believe it.
so yeah, Detective Pikachu shows Pokemon. They show a bunch of Pokemon actually. Some of the classics like Pikachu, Jigglypuff. Some of the newer Pokemon like
Greg Ninja.
like Damn it, you beat me to it.
God
Shit.
damn it.
That's I was trying to think of another one so I could say 2 Pokemon, and one of them would be Greg Ninja. But yeah, Greg Ninja's
I
there.
needed to say
3
that.
Greg Ninjas. A pack of Greg Ninjas, if you will. And yeah,
Wow.
the trailer's interesting. They also showed off, and I have something to say about this. They showed off Mr. Mime. Why the hell did they show off Mr. Mime? He is top 3 creepiest Pokemon from the original 51, only behind Hypno, who's a confirmed child diddler. Like, why did they choose to show a live-action Mr. Mime? He's terrifying. I mean, have you seen his hands? They're gigantic, and his face is so. Oh God, I don't know. That's gonna cause some weird nightmares. That's all I'm saying. For a lot of kids, I have a feeling. But yeah. Why don't you guys go ahead? Pokemon trailer. What's Sorry, not Pokemon. Detective Pikachu trailer. Actually, before we start, Alex, do you happen to know the story of Detective Pikachu in any way?
No, not only from the trailer. I know there was a game that came out like maybe a year ago,
Yes,
correct?
there is one available on the 3DS, and I don't know if that's the first one or not because I actually am not too familiar with Detective Pikachu myself. But I guess before we really get into it, it'd probably be good to talk about the premise. So the premise is actually I should probably find the premise of the original Detective Pikachu story or game or whatever. Looks like the first Detective Pikachu is the Detective Pikachu game that came out in 3DS. Okay. So the game is about a peculiar talking Pikachu who, while he's not as powerful and nimble as the other Pikachu of his kind, which is interesting since Pikachu OG was fat as fuck, but this Pikachu is rather
He's
smart
thick.
and claims to be a great
He's
detective.
thick.
Thick, fat, debatable. And so in the game, apparently, he teams up with some dude to help find the mystery about his father. Okay, so it sounds like the game is actually very similar to the plot shown in the trailer, where some kid finds some upcoming rookie detective teams up with a really smart, talking, savvy Pikachu to find out what happened to his dad. So that's interesting. And yeah, so all right, yeah, let's get into the trailer. Shit. So let's see. Who wants to go first? Asham, why don't you start us off? We'll save Alex for last because I don't have the best opinions to share.
So this is what I think about. Can I say what I think about the movie?
I mean, you haven't seen it, but okay, sure.
No, she's seen it.
No, like what I think of its creation, what I think of it.
Sure,
The
go
idea
ahead.
of this
I
movie,
feel like
how
this is
many-
not going to be good for them,
Okay.
but go ahead.
Yeah, I think the same thing. But okay, my first impression when I saw this trailer, I felt disturbed because a talking Pikachu. Ryan Reynolds doesn't suit Pikachu. Like, Pikachu to me is this cute, cuddly creature, and Ryan Reynolds' voice with this.
Oh,
cute,
exactly.
cuddly thing
No,
is
yeah,
just
totally.
weird.
Danny DeVito
It
should be voicing
disturbed
Pikachu.
me.
What Ryan Reynolds is bullshit. I want Pikachu to look at the guy and say, "You bang my whore wife."
Starting with Ryan Reynolds' voice.
Have you seen his voice? Have you heard his voice in the game though?
Oh, I'm joking. I just there was a petition to get Danny DeVito to voice Pikachu, and I'm just talking about that because I thought it'd be
No, I
funny
know,
if
I
like,
know.
can you imagine just like the first scene you see Pikachu? It's like he's in like an alleyway, and then like he attacks the main character, and he's like, "Did you bang my whore wife?"
God damn.
I thought that'd be funny as hell. But no, I speak on the game. I don't know. Is his voice similar in the game?
Oh no, his voice is like really deep, or like it sounds like a detective, like an old kind of style
Oh.
sounding detective. Kind of. It's deeper. It's deeper.
Interesting. I have to watch it. Well, either way, I was disturbed by it. And then, secondly, how I feel about this movie in general being produced. As you guys know, my opinion on live action movies being based on like anime and whatnot, I don't think it should have happened, but it happened. It's coming out. Ryan Reynolds is voicing it. There's nothing
Right.
I can do about it.
That's fact.
It's happening. I think it's not going to be a good movie, but it's going to have a lot of views, and it's going to bring in income.
100%.
because
Yeah, it's gonna-
Pokemon.
Regardless of how I end up enjoying it or not, this movie's gonna fucking slay at the box office. I think it's gonna
is,
do
yep.
fantastic.
Yeah. And that's my opinion on it.
All right, short and sweet, just like Pikachu should be. Emmy, your turn.
Exactly.
I was just floored. I saw it on my Instagram feed, and my first thought was to send it to all you guys because I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, they're actually making a live action Pokemon movie, and I was just, what the fuck is this? Let alone Rhino fucking Deadpool is Pikachu. Like, what? And, like, no joke, if this is the one live action movie that does well, I'm going to lose it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, but I will lose it because holy shit. And it will be, as Asham said, will be very much watched. It will be a box office hit. Pretty disturbing looking Pokemons. I lost it when I saw Jigglypuff. I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, I've got a lot of
Same.
stuff at Jigglypuff. Jesus Christ.
She looking good though, like with her little hairdo and stuff. Like she's a little, she's a
maybe.
little mad. Her angry face and
Maybe,
everything,
maybe.
but disturbing nonetheless. Like I will watch it. Like no, without doubt. I have mixed feelings. I don't know, but holy shit! I want another trailer. That's why I want.
And you're gonna get one because usually there's 3. So lucky for you.
Lucky me.
Yay.
But all right, so I guess I will go next. So yeah, the trailer was interesting. I had heard about it back when it was like announced to be written, and so like back then I like Pokemon. I've always loved Pokemon. It's a really fun game franchise. I've watched the shows, not the recent shows, and I haven't played the most recent games either. But I have a fond spot in my heart for Pokemon. So seeing live action Pokemon, or technically live action's incorrect, again CGI Pokemon in a live action setting, is something I've been excited for because it's a part of my childhood. And Pikachu looks interesting. I think his fur being like short fur makes sense, but it does look weird because like while Pikachu isn't like a skinless freak in the games, he doesn't like, you don't really recognize it as fur, I guess. Like even though he should because he is a rat, it just seems different in the game, and so it looks weird kind of having to come to terms with that now seeing him live action. I think Ryan Reynolds is playing Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. I don't know, again, I can't speak to how accurate it is to Detective Pikachu, but granted, they could have made Detective Pikachu based off Ryan Reynolds as Ryan Reynolds because the game was made so recently. But either way, it is just Ryan Reynolds playing like the same character, which not a bad character by any means, but it's not like it's something different. I think again, Mr. Mime looks fucking creepy as fuck. he's a murderer. Like that's for sure. That's a confirmation on that one.
He did
Jigglypuff.
it. I bet he did it.
Jigglypuff is the weird one because Jigglypuff being angry and like it looked like he was about to draw on the person's face with his microphone marker, which that's cool. I like that reference, and that's legit as far as I remember Jigglypuff. But Jigglypuff having fur is actually weird to me. Because Jigglypuff,
It is. I would think he was,
Yeah.
or her, whatever it is, would be like skin.
yeah, like that's the thing. Like it's weird,
fur.
but like it looked probably creepy. But like Jigglypuff is definitely not one of the Pokemon I thought would have fur or some kind of like fluffiness to them, or like a softness to them. So
Its
seeing,
evolution has like bunny ears, so
is that which one is that?
it's Wigglytuff.
Oh, I fucking forgot about Wigglytuff.
Wigglytuff.
Yeah, Wigglytuff is different though, because Wigglytuff looks like it's furry because there's like a sharpness to the skin. Like I know that sounds weird, but like Jigglypuff looks clean, while Wigglytuff looks like a fur. Like I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like there was like a growth of fur in the evolution.
Well, if you think about the hair,
Yeah,
like
I
their
agree
their
with that.
baby evolution,
Yeah, and
the
like
baby evolution Igglybuff, they all of them have that like
Oh,
weird
yeah.
curl at the top of their head.
true. I thought that was just kind of a skin thing, and yeah, I guess it makes sense they did fur because like if you think about how that Jigglypuff in live action would look like with skin. It probably looks scary as fuck because it
Yeah.
probably looked like what Mr. Mime does, and Mr. Mime looks scary as fuck. But the other Pokemon look cool because they showed off. Charizard looked pretty sick as fuck. Greg Ninja looked actually pretty cool. I actually really liked. I thought they actually did really cool with making them look kind of like frogs and stuff. I forget some of the other Pokemon, but one thing I did notice was someone had screenshot a picture of a wanted poster with Squirtle, and someone in the comments was saying how goddamn those idiots, they were making a bunch of Pokemon references, but they didn't make the fucking Squirtle Squad reference, and I actually thought that would have been amazing if it was the Squirtle Squad with their glasses, like the fucking V glasses. I would have loved to see the goddamn Squirtle Squad because again,
Well,
if it's not clear, most of my Pokemon reference television knowledge is from like the OG show, but Squirtle Squad would have been cool. Sorry, Alex, you were gonna say something? You want to chime in there?
yeah, well, the Squirtle Squad, I want to say it wouldn't make sense because the Squirtle Squad lives in Kanto.
But isn't it?
I think
isn't
this
it like
takes
a
place
gang?
in Sinnoh.
But it wasn't the whole idea was that like their Squirtle Squad was like a gang, so like anyone can join the gang and the gang can spread. It wasn't like just only Squirtles living in Kanto.
Well, by the ending of the show, they're actually firefighters.
Oh right. But wait, did they? I forget though. Do they disband the Squirtle Squad name and just become firefighters, or are they Squirtle Squad and firefighters?
No, it's like they work with Officer Jenny in that
Okay.
one city.
All right, so I did forget about that. I will be honest, but all right, so I guess it's a shame then because the Squirrel Squad was legit. The glasses were the best. But yeah, okay. But overall, I mean, the trailer was interesting. I'm excited as a movie in general because it looks like it'll be a fun time. As a Pokemon movie, I'm curious. Just because like this is like a separate property from Pokemon. Like it's not Pokemon for the most part, if that makes sense. And I'm curious to see how it works out because if it works out, which it again, I'm of the strong belief that this is gonna work out very well. They're gonna probably milk the fucking shit out of movie Pokemon stuff, and that means we're probably gonna see a lot more Pokemon movie stuff in it one way or another, and that could be interesting in its own way. But yeah, Jigglypuff, he looks creepy. Mr. Mime is really creepy. He's third scariest Pokemon in the 151. Movie looks semi-promising in plot. And yeah, I think that's all for my opinion on that. Alex, why don't you share your piece?
All right. So first of all, I want to talk about the graphics, and I'm not complaining. I'm gonna say
Oh,
it
he's
seems like
complaining.
they did a really amazing job with that because one, it's like, have you ever seen those very graphic 3D renderings of what Pokemon would actually look like
Yes.
as like animals in our world?
Actually, that's a good thing you mentioned that because that guy actually had a hand in this movie.
Well,
Yeah.
so what I wanted to say was that they actually made a really good threshold in like what to take back and what to add, like how we were saying, how you were saying how they actually made an attempt to make Greninja look like a frog.
Mhm.
Like that's what I like about it. Like they still kept the cute designs and like the actual designs of what they look like and just added very small details of what it would be trying to merge it with our world, and that's what I liked. It didn't go too over like how most live action movies do.
Power
I
Rangers.
feel like they did it just right in that sense.
Yeah. Like
It matches.
I think Power Rangers is a good example because when they went to the live action, they made the suits like super over the top techie. Like when the suits are like not necessarily full techie, but they're like they have like a kind of gimmicky, like grounded, like handmade feel to them, and it was kind of a weird transition seeing them in live action. That movie was great though.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah, and it kind of like it fits with the Pokemon one. It kind of fits like it's not like forced upon it, like you said. How in the Power Rangers, it kind of you can tell that it's like it's almost like it doesn't feel impossible, if that makes sense.
yeah. No, it
Compared.
definitely like the design changes, the small design changes they made here and there for a few of the Pokemon. Like it does make it lend to the fact that this is like, oh yeah, these people live with Pokemon. Like that's believable.
Yeah. So another thing. So the thing about Ryan Reynolds, like I was so surprised when I just heard his voice because all I'm thinking about is literally like exactly Deadpool, and I'm just thinking, man, this Pikachu is gonna be really cocky as hell, and
Definitely.
and I'm just thinking to myself, and I'm like how we were talking about the game itself. In the game, he actually has a deeper voice, and he's more serious rather than being an upbeat, cocky like Pikachu, I guess.
I guess that makes sense because they're probably just trying to make this like as because like they probably decided like, oh, it's much easier to get people on board with like a quirky, like snappy Ryan Reynolds character type, and then especially since it's Detective Pikachu, I guess most people won't flip out if it's like a big change. Like if Pikachu like in a normal Pokemon movie was like Pika, I think people would probably like flip their shit. But like I guess in this case it doesn't matter because it's Detective Pikachu. So
Wait, in the game and like the Detective Pikachu was originally a what like a part of like the manga or like I don't know how like where did it first come from
so
again?
I looked it up and I think the first thing that ever came from it is the game that came out in 2016.
So and
I think that's the earliest thing that I like. I'm not seeing anything come up that's earlier. Like if it's, I don't think it's based off anything much prior to that the game that came out in 2016.
So because my question is in that game I guess like in the game it's that the kid can hear Pikachu, right?
Yes. Well,
like that's part of like the original stuff.
In the game, the one boy can understand Pikachu,
and he can understand like Pokemon now.
I don't think all Pokemon. I think it's just Pikachu.
Oh, yeah, I was just wondering about that because Alex was talking about like with like it was just like Pika, and like that thought of just like being
okay.
Like just the thought of like the whole movie you're just hearing like of course it's the same thing with the show, but it would be very much different.
I mean, yeah, exactly. It'd be very off-putting.
It was just a funny thought,
nonetheless. But
made me laugh.
Yeah. But speaking of how Alex mentioned the guy who did realistic artwork for Pokemon, it's a good thing you brought that up because that guy actually he was made like I forget if it was originally on Reddit, but he made a post saying how like he had a hand in this in the designs for this Pokemon movie. And so it turns like I didn't know, I saw the artwork before, but I didn't really like look much into the artist. So yeah, he did the original artwork for like those live action peak Pokemon that he did for fun, and then they had contacted him to help with the designs, and like that's cool. And so he had a hand in this, and that's neat because his work got him that. But fun fact, he actually isn't. I looked it up, and he was actually a like art designer for I think Ubisoft, and so like he wasn't just a scrub that like from nowhere that just got like plucked out to help out in a movie. Like he did professional work for like Ubisoft as far as art design, and like he was doing this in his free time, and they reached out to him. So yeah, that guy has a hand in this movie somewhat. So that's always kind of neat, fan interaction and whatnot. But yeah, so that was the first trailer. There was one other trailer and one teaser trailer. So I guess going from live action / CG Pokemon, let's go to the middle of the spectrum, which is a CG Lion
Yeah.
King movie and the trailer that dropped for it. Now, probably isn't a lot to talk about here since, I don't know. I mean, I'll just put it out there. The cast is awesome, and it's been talked about for a while now. But like the trailer, as the trailer indicates, it looks like this movie is literally gonna be just a CG version of what the original animated movie was. So as far as I'll just start it off, just because I have a short something to say about it. So I've been following this for a while because when I heard it announced, I thought that was interesting. And when I heard it announced, I also heard it shortly announced after that Donald Glover was gonna be in the movie, and I'm a huge Donald Glover fan for all he does. Donald Glover as in Childish Gambino Donald Glover, not as in I forget the movie that the older, more reputable Donald Glover's been in, but either way. And the cast is solid. I mean, Billy Eichner, Seth Rogen, Beyonce, Donald Glover, I think Chiwetel Ejiofor, I don't know how to say his name. Ejiofor is in it too, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to double check that. But cast is solid, and I mean, I'm honestly, the thing I'm most surprised about is that this looks like they're literally not even making I know it sounds weird, but every time someone adapts a movie or a book or something, it seems like they always try to change it so it's not literally the same story. But it seems like in this case, they're just literally going to take Lion King and make it CG. So I think that's interesting. It'll probably be the new hotness on the block when it comes out, without a doubt. I think people were going to go ape shit over it. But yeah, looks cool. It looks nice, I guess. Who wants to go next? Asham, I guess. I'll just guide
I'm
it.
excited for it. I'm excited to see it.
All right, short and sweet. Emmy.
I love it. I love the trailer. I love the cast, everything about it. Of course, that's for a lot of people, but as I just freaking loved the movie as a kid, and that's for a lot of people, and so just seeing the trailer
Yeah.
and seeing it and what's funny is I've been reading a lot of posts and comments of yay, we can finally see Mufasa die in HD. Oh yeah, there's that, we can cry all over again. Oh, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it.
Yay. It's
Fuck
very-
spoilers. You shitting me?
Wow.
If you haven't seen Lion King at this
Honestly,
point
right?
and you get spoiled
Yeah.
there, that's on you.
The spoiler warning was more of a little tease, but yeah, I am looking so for, oh man, I just can't. I want it. I want it now, and I'm going to cry.
All right, sounds good. All right, I'm excited for Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, that was the second part. I want to see them again. Because they're so fucking hilarious. I love them. I love it all. Can't
All
wait.
right, Alex, got anything to add here?
I haven't seen the trailer yet, but Lion King is definitely part of my childhood. I've definitely seen all of the movies, so
Oh damn, really?
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
I
shit.
think, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if anybody remembers,
There's
but I
3.
think there's 5
Oh.
of them, correct?
Oh
What?
shit!
Oh, I thought there was
only
3.
seen
There's
the 3.
one,
I'm sure there's
1.5.
4.
There's
Isn't
okay,
it like 1, 1.5, 2,
Yeah,
2.5, and then
1,
3?
There's 1,
I don't know
1.5,
if
and
there's
2.
2
I can guarantee because I know those.
What's 2.5?
Past that, let me check.
I know there's a half one. I don't know if there was 2 of them though. That's what I was trying to.
Yeah,
Think about.
there's 1.5.
Okay, I'm looking it up. Oh wait, so
Yeah.
oh my god. I looked it up. So animated films, there are 6 animated films, 2 television series, 3 shorts. So technically there's 4 movie films and 2, I think, television films, straight to TV.
I think it's still airing actually.
So 6
I
6
think they have
films
one.
in total
The Lion
technically.
Guard.
Yeah, The Lion Guard has 2
Mm.
movies for TV and 1 television
Oh.
series.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot. I didn't even know. I only knew about Lion King 1, 1.5, and 2.
But is there a 3?
There's
Sure.
not the next movie after 2 is Around the World with Timon and Pumbaa. That's the name of the movie. There's no movie
never
called
mind then.
Lion King 3.
Oh well, guess I was wrong.
But,
Really wrong. But yeah, going back, definitely will watch it.
All right, solid. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think this
Yeah.
is one of those shameless cash-ins that'll probably work well. It'll work out well for Disney because I
Honestly,
think a lot of people will eat that shit up.
honestly, shut up and take my money kind of feel. Like, yeah, it's basically like an easy just money maker movie, but I'm all for it. I'm gonna bring the
Me
tissues for all
too.
the tears. Like it's gonna it's gonna wreck. Like in a good way. It's gonna destroy.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, sounds that is probably pretty accurate. And going off of that to another probably movie that's going to destroy both in the box office and in the kids' hearts is Lego Movie 2 trailer was dropped. Have you guys seen that?
Nope.
No.
Have you
I
guys
was
seen Lego
about to
Movie
see
1?
it.
Part of it, but not really.
Didn't we watch it together? Who did I watch it with?
Maybe me? No,
I remember seeing
2014.
Lego
No,
Batman.
nope.
Yeah,
Lego
'cause
Batman was dope, yeah.
yeah, I've
Dun, dun, dun,
definitely
dun, dun.
seen Lego Movie, but I thought I seen it with you
Who
guys.
pays taxes? Not Batman. Dun, 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 dun. But I love that song. But yeah, so Lego Movie 2 trailer dropped. I'm not gonna really go into it, but I think it looks just as solid as the first, and I'm really excited because that was a movie that started off the whole Lego Movie craze, I feel like, and I think that was a fantastically funny movie, and it looks like it's just gonna be equally as good this time around. So yeah, dope. Oh, plus the guys that I don't know if you guys know, but the guys that are doing Into the Spider-Verse Spider-Man are the ones that did the Lego movie. So.
Oh, that's another
Mhm.
movie I'm looking forward to.
Oh, that comes out
Yeah,
in
that
like
seems
That
cool.
comes out in like 2 weeks. I gotta get my
Yeah.
tickets already. I'm excited as fuck. But yeah, so that's that. And there's one other teaser trailer. It's a small thing. There's not much to talk about, but it brings us back to the fact of old franchises coming back and being, and like the Mr. Krabs meme of digging up the grave for money. But Toy Story 4 teaser trailer was dropped.
Yeah,
And the trailer was dropped too, I believe, but actually I haven't seen the trailer. I forgot to watch it now that I think about it. But yeah, Toy Story 4. That's coming back. What is your guys' thoughts? What are your guys' thoughts about Toy Story, the franchise as a whole, and how do you feel about them digging that grave up again for a fourth movie? Asham, why don't you hit us with it first?
no, this is solid. No.
That's my response.
Okay, no. Solid no from
I'll
Asham.
watch it, but no.
Got it.
shouldn't have
No
happened.
from Asham.
It ended really
Solid
well.
and strong.
Wait,
Yes,
I want to
Defiant
know why.
response.
I want to know why. Follow up
Why no?
question. Yeah, follow up question. Why no?
because I think it ended pretty well where they left it, and so now that they're bringing in this new movie, I don't know. I just say no. I'll still watch it, but
She says no, folks. It's no.
it's no, a flat
I
no.
respect it.
Wait, you respect her opinion or the movie?
I mean, her opinion, of course.
Okay.
Not
right now,
really. Like it's a fucking shit opinion. Let's be real.
But-
So yeah, why don't you get into that, Emmy? What's your take on the Toy Story 4?
Honestly, now that she said that, I do agree that the last one did end on a good note, but I'm still excited for the fourth one, and I love the teaser trailer. That was hilarious. Oh man, I can't wait to see more of those. Um, I don't know. I love it. I'm a sucker. I I fell in love with the first one as a kid, and all of them. Can't wait to watch it.
All right. Sounds solid. Alex, Toy Story, go.
All right. So, as far as the last one ended, I think it was a really good happy ending. It was really emotional because at the time it was mainly when do you guys know when it came out? Was it before we graduated high school or after we graduated
I
high
think
school?
right before.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's what would hit most people big because it was like people who grew up with this story, and it kind of follows them too because a lot of them are kind of experiencing the same thing or just recently experienced it. That's what I thought was good, and how it like proper timeline kind of fused with ours. But I feel like in a sense Disney could have, or no, it's not Disney, it's Pixar, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Pixar.
Both.
They could have milked
Oh, right.
so
right.
much.
Basically, they're
Yeah.
They could have. Well, they could have milked this franchise or the Toy Story in general so much because instead they kind of chose to kind of follow with the crowd of people who've experienced the first few movies, and that did well with the third movie. but at the same time having this fourth movie, I don't know what the fourth movie is going to be. I don't know what it's about, but at the same time, you got to remember that these things are toys, right? They're immortal. They don't have anything to
They've come to steal our
do
souls.
with things.
They're demons.
But like, goddamn it. But it's like something you play with every day. So, like a toy is something you play with every day. So in the sense, like, the adventures are endless if you think about it.
Have you heard of
So I don't know how that.
That's true. I agree
It's a
with
it's a
that.
valid point.
Have you heard of
Yeah.
the Pixar theory? I just recently
What's
Oh yeah. Wait.
watched
Oh
what,
yeah.
Do you want to clarify the Pixar theory?
What is
Just-
it?
where it's like all the movies are connected and they're part of the same universe, and that like each movie is part of a different timeline in the universe.
I have not heard that theory. No.
There's
interesting.
a good YouTube video. It's about 30 minutes and it explains the whole thing, and obviously provides evidence and stuff. Um, and honestly, I believe it. Like, it has its plot holes, of course, but it's pretty
Sure, because
strong.
I would love to know what went wrong in the timeline where cars became sentient human beings.
Oh yeah,
but,
that is like more in the future, and it's weirdly like that's more
Okay,
of the
that brings
okay,
up more
Cars is
questions,
more of
really.
the weaker point of the theory. That's why,
okay.
for obvious reasons,
think-
but they do explain how Cars fits in the whole universe.
That's all right. I guess that means
I
then
mean-
that like, I guess that means in Pixar's mind, 90% of the chances are that any timeline end up is that animals will come to life and become sentient because Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, Cars, freaking Up, like not Up, sorry, Inside Out, Ratatouille, A Bug's Life. Like they have a bunch of movies where animals and creatures become sentient.
Let's backtrack a little bit.
What?
To be fair, Inside Out isn't about animals. It's about
Sorry. Well,
what's going
emotions,
on
but
in
to be
your-
fair, they personify emotions, and that also isn't.
yeah, but like
probably
that's
normal.
not exactly saying like they're sentient and whatnot.
Fair
like
enough.
there's just a visual to like understand it.
That was a misword. But the Good Dinosaur. I'll replace that with the Good Dinosaur then.
Oh yeah,
And then
I think
I
the
don't,
Good
I don't even want to.
Dinosaur is like one of the first in the whole timeline because they're cavemen.
All right. Yeah, I get that. All right then, and yeah, I don't even want to know which timeline has the monsters because that's a whole scary thing. But,
Wait. Think about it this case. Before we end off on this thing, one, I think they're just Easter eggs. I don't think it's an actual kind of thing.
That's why it's a
That's
But
theory.
if we
probably,
were,
but-
hold on. The theory could be possible if you look at Monsters Inc. as the original source, because you got to remember they use doors to connect into the human world.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I get that, and like
He-
I'm not saying I understand where the human connection is. The point I'm trying to make is that clearly that's not our timeline. Because when I went to sleep when I was 5, a fucking 10-foot blue ass hairy bitch of a monster didn't come out of my closet and say, "Hey, what's up?" and eat the shit and scare the shit out of me.
Yo,
So
no,
I
like
think it's still an alternate timeline.
honestly, like the way they incorporate the Monsters Inc. timeline, like you should watch the video because like it explains, because it explains that like we eventually turn into those monsters, and those doors are a way to like go back into the past in order to like have a source of energy because like the planet is dying or something. Like it's a whole thing. Like you should
Well, I
really
mean-
watch the video. Like it's
I'll
really
you should send the link and I'll check the video
Send
out.
us the
But
link.
obviously up to a certain degree because it can't predate before closet doors were invented.
well, yeah. That's why the Monster Inc. timeline is in the future before like any like any movie that you see like where there's like regular humans and whatnot. Like that's before the Monster Inc. like timeline.
Ah.
Like it's all chronological order. There's some movies that overlap in their timeline, but for the most part they're all like chronological order, and they explain it in chronological order, not in the sense of they're in the Pixar universe, not in the when the movies came out.
Okay. I'll have to check it out to see how this theory plays out. It's interesting.
Yeah,
But,
they even incorporate Brave in there because that's a Pixar film.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's probably the easiest to like incorporate because
Right. But there's
Gaelic
there's like
legend, as they
magic.
say.
Oh, that reminds me, cause there's a really interesting detail they said about the witch, and I don't know if you guys seen Brave, but there's a really interesting detail they said about the witch and how she ties into a different movie. I won't spoil it because I really want you guys to watch it, but like that's why I bring up Brave, because there's something really interesting about the detail in Brave, but it's all a theory. Like there's no, I don't think there is evidence, but I don't know if it's solid enough. But it's interesting what they mention about the witch and her role in that movie and how she ties into the greater Pixar universe.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, once you send the link, I'll put that in the link down below, but I'll also make sure to check that out because that does sound humorously intriguing as a hypothetical situation overall. So I will check that out.
Yeah, it definitely was informative.
And I guess going off of that, because that's technically the end of the trailers, but going off of things that are weird and maybe ties into some of the earlier discussions, like with Detective Pikachu, and it'll help us segue into, probably based on I think some of your guys' responses, Asham's in particular, it'll help segue into the next later art topics of anger. Netflix made an announcement, a few announcements, some of them pretty notable, some of them not so notable. One in particular is they announced a bunch of their new additions, as they do constantly, and you know they're doing a bunch of neat stuff like ordering an original series from Africa, which that could be interesting. More information about the Sabrina second season 2 series. A lot of information about how the Daredevil axing was unexpected for a lot of people, and they're also getting Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is cool, and I'm probably gonna be checking that out. However, that's not what I wanted to that's not the thing I wanted to mention. The thing I wanted to mention is the other big anime news they announced. And Asham, get your anger ready, cuz Netflix is going to be making a live action Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, what the fuck? What the? Whoa! You're telling Asham I'm the Cowboy Bebop.
No, I know you're a Cowboy Bebop fan. I just thought it'd be good to start with Asham's because I thought hers would start with just the pure anger of the anime adaptation, and then you with just the anger because you love the franchise. But
it's just double anger right now because I disapprove. So
I mean that's
I'm
clear.
losing my shit.
Yeah.
Who are they casting?
They haven't. No. They just announced that they're making a live action series. They haven't mentioned anything about casting whatsoever.
Because if they get the cast wrong, it's already over.
$10 they get
done.
the cast wrong. Well, speaking of which,
well,
that has encouraged me to start watching Cowboy Bebop. So I actually have plans to watch as many episodes starting tomorrow as possible. So I'm hitting that show up. I'm excited. But yeah,
my girl Faye.
That's you don't have to start naming
Spike,
them.
Ed.
There's a lot of characters I met. You don't have to start naming them all.
Yeah.
Well, those are the main cast.
Okay, well, I mean, no one's gonna
I'm
get
just
them.
naming the main.
Guy 1,
No,
guy
I know.
2.
This is for.
All right, so yeah, if you guys want to, I mean, tomorrow I'll probably have some time to watch it. If anyone wants to join me and start watching the first few episodes, open offer, invitation. But yeah, so that's been announced. They're making a live-action Cowboy Bebop, and they're getting rights to stream Neon Genesis Evangelion, I think, within the month.
My boy Einstein.
All right, I don't know. Oh, I have a stuffed version of the dog from Cowboy Bebop, actually.
Yeah, that's Einstein.
That is Einstein. Yeah, and I remember he does like the hoppy thing, and he's really funny. I've seen a lot of gifs of Einstein.
He's a little corgi.
Yeah, he looks adorable. But yeah, so that was
He's so adorable.
That was I figured you guys would be very outraged about that, and that's why I wanted to put that right in before we talk about a big piece of gaming news. And Alex, you know where this is going, where the outrage is aplenty. So over the last few months, there's been a lot of different companies making gaming news and making headlines for things that I would say are poor comment or maybe bad choices, or some other people would refer to as stupid fucking decisions. And so some notable ones are, for example, Bethesda's whole "don't you guys have mobile phones" comment about Diablo. And I thought that was going to be the end of it, but I think I might have found the stupidest comment, the stupidest public PR response of 2018 from a video game developer. And that is in regards to, if you haven't guessed it already, here it is, Fallout 76. So Fallout 76 came out, and multiplayer Fallout game, you know, it has its bugs. Bethesda's engines have never been fault-free, I guess, and obviously a lot of them have a lot of faults. Personally, I've never run into that many faults, and I never thought it was a big issue. I never loved the games as like my favorite of all time, but a lot of people are really displeased with how the multiplayer settings are coming out with the new one. A lot of people are saying they can't even play. Personally, from my experience, I haven't had any issues. Alex, just a quick response. I don't think you have had any major issues for the most part.
Not major, no.
Okay, so so Alex will be able to talk more about Fallout 76 because he's played by far the most, way more than I have. But the reviews were not friendly. A lot of people giving it ratings from 4 to 6 out of 10. Most of them actually 5 out of 10. So I'm saying, like, that's a shitty score because, for those of you who don't know, video game reviews don't really even go below 6 for the most part. I mean, if most games get an 8, 7 or 8, and it's almost unheard of for a game to get even under a 6 in most situations. But they got bad reviews. Damn. However, that wasn't the...
Especially a good, or not good,
a well-known,
like a popular
yes, exactly, popular company.
Yeah, well-known.
And so obviously a lot of people came out and saying like, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. Some people on online, there's always someone who knows everything in the whole history of the earth. So some people were saying like, yeah, I saw this coming. Other people were just like, this is a shitty game. From my experience, the game works fine. I didn't think I was gonna love it, but it's a multiplayer Fallout game. Playing with friends though makes any game more fun. Reference to Resident Evil 6, me and Emmy played in that game. Isn't that great? But that game is fucking fun when we played it. But that was already getting people really riled up, really pissed off. But then something even worse happened. So for those of you who haven't bought the Fallout 76 Special Edition, or as they refer to it, the Power Armor Edition, the Power Armor Edition comes with a few notable goodies. A steelbook case that has the dates on it. I'm actually looking at it right now because one of my housemates has that. He bought that Special Edition. It also comes with a plastic model of the helmet for the power armor, and that actually looks really cool. I'm also looking at it right now, and that's sick as hell. And it comes with a bag that's supposed to hold the power armor helmet. Now, what we want to focus on here is the bag, because apparently, when they advertised this special edition, the bag was supposed to be made out of canvas. For those of you who aren't familiar, canvas is a pretty nice material, and it is made with a lot of, nicer bags. The bag, however, that came in the special edition is nylon. Nylon, just to describe it, is a lot fucking more worse than canvas. It is not the same. It's a lot shittier. And so some people were obviously outraged because the value of those two things are wildly different, and the Power Armor Edition cost $200. So someone commented, and obviously people sent out reports to Bethesda support asking what happened with the issue and what's with the bag. And so then the PR responded, and there are moments throughout the year where sometimes I'll see a news report or I'll see a company make a public response, and I'll think, oh wow, that's a good response. I have very rarely in the year seen a response where I actively see it and say, oh my god, you fucked up. Oh, you fucked up. And the first time was when EA gave the comment about earning a sense of pride and accomplishment with the whole... When I saw that, immediately I saw that, I said, oh, you fucked up. Oh, you fucked up. Before I even saw any comments, because it's just clear as day what's going to happen. So the PR response given from the, I guess, I don't know who it was on the team, but someone on the support team, I guess, he said, in regards to the bag, when the guy said, hey, this bag was given and we did not get the right bag. And to paraphrase the bag, I believe the words were saying that in the process of making the bag, we found out that it was much too costly, and we will not be making any change action to fix this. Or God damn it, I have to find the wording, because basically he said, yeah, we know we didn't give you what we promised. Go fuck yourself. That's we're not doing anything about it, is basically what they said. And so I saw that, and obviously, not a good comment. You don't tell people you're just not giving them what they were promised. And rightfully so. Oh, here we go. Found it. The comment is, hello, we are sorry that you aren't happy with the bag. The bag shown in the media picture was a prototype and was too expensive to make. We aren't planning on doing anything about it. Bethesda support.
Nice.
So that's the response they fucking gave, and obviously, rightfully so, this dude took it and put it on the internet, and oh my god, Yeah, if you thought people were pissed the game was fucking kind of buggy and broken, oh boy, people are ape shit now because fucking Bethesda just told them to go fuck themselves over a bag, and now people are extra pissed because now it's just like, oh, so Bethesda made a shitty game and they're fucking cheating us out. And so I thought that was the end of the day. I thought Bethesda was going to take a really heavy PR hit and maybe try to do a lot of PR to get goodwill on their side. And then they made their next step. And once again, I went back to the whole situation of thinking, oh, you fucked up. That is not what you should have said. And immediately I saw the response and I thought, a fuck up was made. Bethesda, in response to this bag bait and switch, decided to reward the fans who felt like they were cheated by giving them a little bonus. That bonus is 500 atoms. For those of you who don't know, atoms are the in-game microtransaction currency for the game. Now, for those of you who don't know, if there's one thing the internet hates more than buggy games, it's fucking microtransactions. So when people saw that they were getting 500 atoms, and by the way, just to clarify, 500 atoms is only worth $5 in the game currency. So it's not even an equivalent amount of recovery. When people saw they were getting $5, and also just because it was a microtransaction, people lost their shit, rightfully so, mind you, because that was a bullshit move giving them microtransactions, all of which 500 doesn't even get you anything good. You can only buy a few flowers and a door. So, you know, that pissed people off to another extent, and people lost their shit even more because now this is 3 times in a row that's fucked up in people's eyes. And so that is just, and like people are angry. I mean, people are just fucking irate. And like, to be fair, it's pretty fair. I mean, Bethesda cheated them out of the bag, didn't do anything about it, and then they gave them microtransactions in a shitty form. And 100% whoever gave that comment on Bethesda's side is fired. Like, they have to be. No way they're not fired. But I think a lot of people are gonna really get a face full of shit from this incident. And so I thought that was the end of the story, and that was a huge fucking blow up. However, today there was a new bit added, and it just came out not too long ago, so this might not, I don't know how the internet's going to take it. I can't imagine they're going to take it very well, though. But it's been figured out that Bethesda actually did give the canvas bags to some people. However, they decided to give them to only social media influencers. So, let alone the people that paid for it didn't get it, they also now are aware that people with a bunch of fucking followers, who most of whom don't play the game or have hated the game, did get the actual bag they were promised. And so that just came out, and most likely that's going to make this situation a lot messier because Bethesda fucked them over.
If you're poor and unfriend followed whatever, you're not getting anything.
Yeah, so
some people have a little more.
This is a 4-step fuck up on Bethesda's half. So this isn't looking good. It's a shame too, because I mean the game is getting bad reviews, and I guess I can see it's not that fantastic of a game. It has like some flaws and stuff. So overall, I mean, I was expecting it to be a 7 out of 10 game more accurately, because like majority of the fun I thought would be playing with other people. I have no problem with the game, but all of this has done a lot to really lower my opinion of Bethesda, just because these are some really scummy moves coming out. Alex, I would love to hear your opinion since you have played much more Fallout 76 than I have.
So about the gameplay, correct?
Anything in regards to this whole situation or gameplay?
I mean, that situation's already like it's fucked up. That's as much as I can say. Yeah, but the game itself, yeah, it does have a lot of bugs. It's mainly minor things like I want to say I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but visual interface part of it, like I've seen people with levels over 100, but the third digit doesn't show. That's like, it's small bugs like that. Like sometimes your level isn't set correctly. Sometimes things don't appear. I know there was like a buggy mission that would basically tell you to go find this ghost, or like, I say ghost because you can phase right through it, the objective, but it's just like a lot of like minor bugs. Like I get disconnected I started getting disconnected every once in a while recently. But yeah, it's usually just like grabbing stuff. Sometimes it doesn't load properly because apparently when you kill somebody, you know how you grab the items? Well, it just has like a spinning wheel saying, "Oh, we're loading what the items are saying." Sometimes they never load, and so I'm like, I want my item for killing this thing. And items are kind of, well, caps are kind of hard to come by. A lot of like the shooting mutants and stuff usually carry them, but yeah, it's just like a bunch of small stuff. Really not making. It doesn't really affect the gameplay. It's just They're just like little annoying things.
Okay. All right. So, solid opinion. Definitely, we're getting both sides of the story here. And so, yeah, that was Asham Emmy. Anything you guys want to add there? Anything you have to say that hasn't been said already?
You fucked up, Bethesda. What happened? I was looking forward to all your games. Now you're treating us like shit. Alright.
Yeah, that was a really bad move on their part, especially giving it only to like social media influencers. Does that like did they not think that like maybe these people would announce that like, "Oh, I did get one and I hope everyone else got one."
Oh, okay.
But they actually didn't.
One thing to add, and again, the extra part about the social media influencers, I don't know the full story just because it's literally being like released now. But someone is saying, so one of the reports is saying that the influencers not only received the bags, they didn't buy it.
What?
They got the bags for free.
Oh.
So yeah, we're not sure. I'm not sure how accurate this last part is because this is just been coming out like within the last like 10 hours or so. But yeah, it's
Yeah, what the fuck, Bethesda? No, you
fucking
fuck.
That's terrible. Y'all fucked up.
Yeah, so that's this is what's been really eating up a lot of the anger in a lot of gaming communities, rightfully so. I'm not gonna. I know it sounds like I might be saying like the people online are wrong, and a lot of times people online are just kind of annoying, unabashed assholes. But this time they're very much right. They have reason to be angry. But lucky Bethesda, unlike Blizzard, who had to take the full brunt of the internet's anger all at once with all the memes and videos coming out, Bethesda's lucky enough to be buddied up with one of their best friends so they don't have to take this shitstorm alone. And that best friend of theirs is Rockstar. So Rockstar, everyone knows Red Dead 2 came out, and online, if you read about, the single player is getting amazing reviews, glowing reviews for immersive experience. Whether or not people love it or hate it, it's doing very well. And my personal opinion, having played it, is game is definitely solid and it's immersive as hell. I'm finding it a bit long and kind of boring in some places, but in no way is it a bad game. Clearly a lot of effort went in. Single player is a lot of hard work paying off, I would say, without a doubt. But this last week, they released the online beta.
Oh.
And so, if we harken back to previous episodes, I made the comment about how adamantly I hated GTA Online for how hard it was to do anything fun in any way. And I said, and I even made the bold enough statement to say, if Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption Online was anything like this, after I finish a single player, I'm deleting the game because I can't sell it back because I got it digitally. And the beta came out, and again, I can't I haven't played it personally. I've been just reading a lot of reports and videos about people's experiences and extensive reviews. And I will give it, even after reading all the comments and stuff, I will play it on my own because I want to make sure that I have a hands-on experience before I make a strong sentiment like I'm about to share, because I don't really trust online. I want to know it for myself. But the beta came out, and let's just say people are equally fucking angry because apparently this has been everything that people hated about the level of microtransaction pushing, the level of grind just to get simple stuff, the level of encouragement that the online was set up to make sure that other people could fuck with you and ruin your game experience, has been taken up to a level 11 for this game. Apparently people saying that the game has made it so that it's super easy, because GTA had a problem where a lot of players would, obviously killing other people is part of the game, it's not like unexpected, but it'd be very easy for players to just harass you. And that, what I mean by harass, I mean just constantly follow you around, hunt you down, and kill you before you could do anything in the game. Apparently Red Dead has improved on that, because apparently you can do missions on the beta, but the missions are in the open world where people can find you on the map. So you can apparently do a mission, and a lot of the missions are apparently really simple missions like steal this cargo ship, steal this treasure, go to this bar and rob them. But apparently, when you take it back to your camp, people can just camp out and wait for you and just murder you and take all your shit. And the problem is, even if you kill them, they can just come back and get you again because you're on the map. You never change. So apparently, griefing has been a big, big problem in this beginning. And like apparently, this has been a very shared sentiment online with a lot of people saying how they're just getting like griefing has become a huge problem because you can't avoid the griefers. And unlike GTA where you could turn on passive mode, which that setting didn't work either because people abused that to grief people even harder. You can't actually avoid. The only thing you can do is if someone kills you 3 times, you can go passive so they can't attack you, but for 10 minutes. And the problem is after 10 minutes, they can just follow you after you and kill you again. And that pissed people off. However, that was only one part of the 2-part problem, the other being the microtransactions in the form of gold bars. And apparently gold bars are the new hotness in Rockstar Online, with shark cards being the one from GTA. Gold is the shark cards of Red Dead. And you need them to buy anything from a decent horse to equipment to weapons to items to anything. And apparently the payouts for games are really low, with a player needing around 8 to 10 hours of matches played to get the equivalent of what equals 1 gold bar worth of currency, and to buy anything from as simple as a horse. And the problem is, too, the horses you start out with aren't that great, and it makes it easier for people to kill you because they can chase you down with their better horses and murder you, and then kill your horse, too. But any horse above the standard one apparently needs about, I think 15 gold bars is what I heard. So doing the math, you're looking at about 150 or so hours just to get an upgraded horse. Mind you, not necessarily the best horse, just any other horse. And so apparently this is a symptom of a greater problem that Rockstar has really upped the microtransaction bullshit in this game, making it really, really fucking annoying. So yeah, people are pissed off about that, saying that this is even worse than the pinnacle of what GTA had become. And GTA Online is, for all intents and purposes, is just really fucking lagged out bullshit system to make sure people are heavily encouraged to pay real money. So yeah, that lucky for Bethesda, that news came out in the midst of this whole bag controversy nonsense, and they were able to share half the internet's anger between them and Rockstar. Luckily, Rockstar got lucky because this is just a beta, so not everyone is playing it, but the sentiment is still going strong. So yeah, knowing this, whenever I get around to playing the online, I'm gonna give it a try, but I stick to my comment. If playing it, I feel like the experience is exactly what these people are listing, and it is just as bad as my experience with GTA Online, I'm deleting the damn game. I'm not wasting my damn time putting in for that garbage, because Rockstar wants to fucking shell money out of me. Like that's not gonna happen. So yeah, that was those are the two big hotnesses, the big beefs in the gaming industry right now at the moment. Yeah, do you guys have any comments on that? I guess.
Wow.
Just what the fuck? Like apparently they want to piss off players nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's the goal.
I am I'm curious to see where it goes because I haven't tried it yet, but oh god, I mean, people are just really laying into them online. Like now, like these last few weeks have just been nonstop people like comparing Rockstar and Bethesda to like EA and their whole Star Wars Battlefront 2 like microtransaction bullshit. Like everyone's just saying, oh man, Bethesda and Rockstar are such garbage companies. Less Rockstar just because people do still love the single player, and it's just that their multiplayer is bullshit, but they're still getting heat for the crappiness of their multiplayer.
Yeah, I thought EA was bad with all their shit.
Yeah.
Then they come out with then Bethesda comes out with this, and then Rockstar.
But yeah, those were my two long rants informing about the gaming beast at the moment, and I've been speaking for a long time. So the next section is probably something that will have you guys, or some of you, more specifically Alex, might have more to talk about than I. Pokemon Let's Go came out. I didn't play. I don't have it, Alex. I found out when you made the comment earlier when we were setting up that you actually got the game. I don't know if anyone else has played it or tried it.
What?
But
no, I have not.
Wait, what?
No, I was playing Pokemon Go,
oh,
not Let's Go.
God damn it! I thought I remember you saying Let's Go, and I was like, oh, he got Let's Go. Okay.
No, I don't want to get Let's Go,
Yeah,
man.
me
I don't
neither.
like that Pokemon Go feature. Like I wanted an original kind of like remake.
2019.
I don't like that. I don't like that idea of you catching the same Pokemon like hundreds of times just to evolve it. That's the same thing that they put in the game. That's what I heard, and I just don't like that.
Fair enough. And to be fair, like, those are some similar reasons why I'm not dying to get Let's Go. Maybe eventually if it comes on sale or something, but it's not on the top of my list in any means. And so yeah, Asham, Emmy, I assume no, but I want to give you guys a chance to speak. Anything you guys played Let's Go? Know someone who's played Let's Go? Anything like that?
What's the like gameplay or story about that? I haven't been too
So
in the
basically, the
Let's
best way to
Go.
put it is that this is a Pokemon game coming to Switch, and they decided to make it kind of similar in feel to the experience of Pokemon Go. Most likely to bring in the audience that tried Pokemon for the first time playing Pokemon Go. They added a lot of elements from that game into the Switch version of Pokemon to try to draw them into playing the console version. So, for example, catching Pokemon is no longer the battle system that you might be familiar with from previous Pokemons. It's the
You can't grind either.
Oh yeah, you can't grind like and battle Pokemon in the wild to level up your Pokemon. It's kind of like the system in Go where you just throw the Pokeball at them, and they've made that's obviously one of many things, but they've changed a lot of things. And obviously, when that trailer came out, that kind of dissuaded some people who were looking for a main Pokemon game like the ones on the 3DS in past. And they did say that they're gonna be releasing one of those games in 2019, so that's coming. But the game came out, and I don't have much to say because I haven't really played it or anything, but the consensus is the reviews are people that played it who didn't like the ideas said that the changes are for better or worse. They make the game more streamlined and I think more easier for people to kind of jump in for the first time, and it's a lot less of like the annoying parts that some people might find tedious about original Pokemon games. But yeah, so reviews are generally positive with people saying it's good and it is different, but it's good for fresh experience, I guess. And that's all I'm gonna really say about that. Just because, yeah, none of us have played it, so no need to harp on that. Asham, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, solid. So
Good comment.
thank you. Yeah, solid comment.
Solid.
Nice.
Solid. Yeah. I don't know. My there's a classmate who was talking about it, and she said it was she liked it, and she was talking about a bit about it. I don't remember what she said, but she liked it. So
Well, she's wrong.
she's wrong. I think she plays more Pokemon than you. So.
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa. You hit a nerve.
Whoa.
Honestly,
Whoa.
I don't know anyone else who plays more Pokemon than Alex and someone
Oh,
else
I
we
do.
know, Ashlyn.
I know.
I still
was
play
gonna
I
say,
still
Or
play
Ashram.
Go.
Asham's friend plays a lot. Needs to stop.
Yeah, you really need to stop.
He does.
Wait, is
Or
this
not.
is this a woman or a man?
The way you said
I'm not
woman.
saying this. I'm not saying this
For
because
the,
it's
It's a
sexist. I
woman.
just want to know if it's
Or
For the audience
Okay,
someone.
I'm
listening,
talking about
You-
two
you
different
know
It's
him.
someone that I want to know.
for the audience
Alex,
Yeah,
you know
because
him.
I think I know
One is
if you say
male, one
two,
is
then I know
female.
one.
The one
Alex,
I'm
you
talking
know him.
about.
Okay, I
that
know-
plays
it's
more
'cause
than you is the male. But I also have a friend that's female who probably does play more than you because she has like all the Pokemon games.
Okay, hold on. I know who the guy is, and that's why I wanted to ask.
Yeah, audience,
So
just to
screw him.
clarify,
Screw
it
him.
wasn't Alex
because
trying to be
he-
like trying to say like women can't play my Pokemon games.
No,
He was
I'm
trying to
not
figure
trying
out
to
if
say
it was
that.
who
I
he
just-
thought it was.
I just
So,
didn't
yeah.
hear if she said if it was like her, because all I heard was her friend, and I wanted to know if it was this specific person, which now I know is. So screw them. He's just a douche. So
Interesting. All right, I don't know where
he's
this
a
is
cheater.
going. Oh,
He's
okay.
a cheater who disconnects at battles because he sucks. So
Yep.
that's what I have to say.
Yep.
All right,
I
solid.
don't know your other friend though.
Solid.
Other Other friend plays fairly.
Good.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. So yeah, that's a Pokemon section, and so we're getting to near the end of my topics. With the rest of my topics either being the three major like everyone's updates in their life topics. There's a few small topics, things that are super quick, and I don't think we need to talk about much, but I do wanted to share to hear in case you guys had something funny to say, or not even funny because you guys are pretty not funny, but even something just you want to share about it.
Wow.
So I guess I'll do this just like we did in the Smash episode. It's the lightning round. So I'm just going to say these topics, and I'll give you guys a quick, brief thing to say if you guys have any comments, but otherwise we're going to just burst through these, all right? And then we'll finish off with just hearing about everyone's latest games they played, movies they watched, TV shows they're watching, or anything like that, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. So, and these are all across different genres, so just be ready. So I'm just going to go in order of how I wrote these. First comment, Mario Tennis Aces is getting their getting an extra 3 characters added. The characters are Luma, the star from Rosalina, Lady Pauline from Mario Odyssey, and Boom Boom. Don't know who the fuck that is, except that I found out it's the brother version of Bam Bam, who's in Super Mario Party. And these characters are coming to Mario Tennis's. So let's go around the table, see if anyone has any comments. I'll go first. Luma, adorable. I love how she's our own star, and it kind of makes me want to get Mario Tennis. I like Mario Tennis, but I didn't really like how stripped down this game felt, but I do like Luma, and rumors have it that Lady Pauline being in the Mario Tennis DLC means that she's probably going to be one of the first coming to the rumored extra Mario Kart DLC. But that's me. Asham, go.
I guess I'm excited for Luma, but I haven't played the game, so I don't really have an opinion for it.
All right, fair enough. Emmy, go.
Oh, the other segment hasn't come out, so I can't. You know what? Fuck it. Piranha Plant on the way. I don't care.
I think he is
That's all I have
coming.
to say.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I think it's Petey Plant who's in.
Oh, you might be right. All right, Alex, you go.
Luma, I love Luma. Luma's adorable. I
Yeah,
love Mario
Luma's
Galaxy.
adorable.
I'm really sad that Luma and Rosalina aren't together. Pauline, that's cool. I still don't know who Boom Boom is.
If you saw Bam Bam from Super Mario Party, it's literally a boy version of Bam Bam.
I don't know
Oh.
who Bam Bam is.
All right, to be fair, I couldn't describe you because they look like a Bowser kid, and there's like 50 billion of those bitches. So
When you
Oh,
see
they're a Koopa Kid. Okay.
I think of the
Uh,
Flintstones.
Me too.
yeah.
that's the best way to think about it. But Bam Bam is the name of this female Koopa Kid, or not even
Oh,
Koopa
she's
Kid, because
female.
it looks even more like Bowser than the Koopa Kids do. But female, like Bowser Kid from Super Mario Party. But anyways, all right, so solid. Next section.
Wait,
oh, sorry.
hold on. Do you mean Pom Pom?
No, it said Bam Bam or Boom Boom.
Because I
Oh,
know
wait.
there's a new character in this new Super Mario that's called Pom Pom.
Actually, am I wrong? Is it? No, there's. Oh, okay. So apparently, Pom Pom's fan name is Bam Bam.
Oh.
So it is Pom
What?
Pom in Super Mario Party, but her fan name is Bam Bam, and I guess I must have seen Bam Bam somewhere and thought it was Bam Bam.
Bam.
But the one in the Mario Tennis is definitely Boom Boom. So you can see how that helped my confusion a bit. But yes, okay. So Pom Pom. Next section. Nier Automata is getting their Game of the Year edition, and it follows a trend of different games trying to be very creative with their Game of the Year titles. And their title is Nier Automata Game of the Yorha edition. For those of you who don't know, which I guess it might be everyone except Alex, Yorha is the name of an organization in the game, and it's a play on words of year. So yeah, that's I thought that was interesting. I thought that was funny. Nier Automata is a great game. I recommend people playing it. You don't. In all honesty, though, you don't need to get the Game of the Yorha edition if you have the game already, because it just adds one DLC in a challenge map pack, I believe, and none of this is really key to the story. Most of it's just kind of fun, random bullshit, and you can just get the normal game and you'd be fine. But it is I do like how they made play on words with the name, and it reminds me of when Fear came out, and Fear, the third game was called Fthrir, because then instead of an E in Fear, they put 3. So yeah, Asham, you go.
What?
Any comments? Any concerns? Or anything?
No.
All right,
It
Emmy,
sounds
go.
exciting.
I am planning.
I
Is
think
that
it's
for
for
Xbox
all.
One, right?
I believe
All
the
of them,
game of the
right?
Yorha edition is coming for all consoles. Yes, or not Switch, of course, but
But even the normal.
oh no, the normal one's already on
The
Xbox.
regular. Huh?
The Nier Automata by itself, the game is already available on Xbox.
Okay. That's what I thought. Yes, I want to get it, cause from everything you guys have said about it,
Yes,
it sounds like a really interesting game and up my alley. So
100%
for sure.
recommend. It's fantastic.
also, fun. Well, you brought Fear. I have played Fear, and Fear is amazing. I like it.
I've heard great things about Fear, and Fathrir is a funny
For
name.
3, yeah. Well, that's the one
Okay.
I played too. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
solid.
good.
Okay. Alex, go.
Just love the game. 100% would recommend it too. So, yeah.
All right. Perfect. Everyone's saying buy it, so buy it. Next, it says Jump Force mentions new characters they're adding again, and this time they talked about how they're adding Cell, oh hell yeah, Piccolo, Kenshin, and Shishio. Not familiar with the last two, but I know the first two, and I love Cell. Cell's badass, so I'm really excited. And even though Jump Force does still look like a kind of game, I do love the Naruto and Ninja Storm game, so I will one day or another get Jump Force. Question is whether or not I get it on a huge sale or a small sale. Asham, go.
I want to play Jump Force one day. One day I'll get it. But
All
I'm
right.
excited for
One
those
day.
characters.
Cool. Emmy, go.
I want. What consoles? Just Nintendo, right?
No, all of them.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, I believe so. I know it's coming to Xbox and PlayStation. I think also Nintendo though.
Then I will get it, hopefully.
I'm with Asham on this one. I will get it eventually.
All right, solid. Alex, go.
I have no idea who those characters you mentioned, or I have no idea who they are or from what franchise they come from.
Oh, right,
But
because you don't even know fucking Dragon Ball.
it's
Fucking-
Dragon Ball. Yeah, I don't know Dragon Balls. The
Well,
only
first two are Dragon
characters
Ball.
I know are like Naruto, a little bit of
Naruto.
One Piece, and
It's not Naruto.
and shut up. And
Naruto.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh, and then just the protagonist from Hunter x Hunter, right?
Yeah, Gone.
Yeah.
Gone from Hunter x Hunter.
That's the only
Vino.
characters I know. That's it.
Yes.
He only knows all about. He just knows about the Skyrims. That's it.
Ah.
Shut up.
Wait, who
Emily.
are the characters again? Sorry.
The
Like-
characters this time they talked about the four characters are Cell, Piccolo, which are from Dragon Ball, and then Kenshin and Shishio, which I believe I forget. I looked it up because I wasn't familiar with them, but I forget now. Shit, never mind. Go.
Ken and Shishio.
You guys continue. I'll be right back.
Okay, so the next section is probably gonna be a quicker one. There was a talk about a film being made by Hiro Murai. For those who don't know, Hiro Murai is a very talented director whose most recent work is notable as his work on Atlanta, the show with Donald Glover, and his work on several episodes of Barry, the HBO series by Bill Hader. And apparently, rumor has it he is, or not rumor, it's been announced, and apparently they showed a teaser trailer, but I haven't seen that trailer, that he's working on a film starring Donald Glover and Rihanna. This is just something I added there because I thought it was really interesting and came out of nowhere. I really like Hero's work on Barry and on Atlanta because I've seen both of those shows and they're both fantastic. And I really like Donald Glover, so I'm just really excited. However, I don't really feel that confident in Rihanna's acting ability because she has never really convinced me that it's something that's worth starring in. But whatever. Asham, go.
Yeah, I'm also not really confident in her acting skills because, like, the last movie, I think the only movie she did, wasn't that Battleship?
She was in Battleship. She
Okay,
wasn't.
Battleship, yeah. I don't know.
Based off the
It wasn't
popular board
stellar
game. Go figure.
performance, But
All right. Alex,
it's
go.
decent.
Have not heard of this movie. Do not know any movies with Rihanna in it. Donald Glover, though, I like his acting. He's pretty cool.
All right, solid. And next one, and this is the topic that has been sitting on my list for a while, just because of how everything worked out. But like the week after we recorded the Smash episode, Sakurai tweeted about the DLC, and he tweeted that the DLC has all been chosen and that Nintendo has chosen the DLC. Now the wording of this is very confusing for many reasons, just because the exact wording is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC lineup is now complete. This time, the selection was made entirely by Nintendo. I decided if we can create a fighter based on their selection and then come up with a plan. So this tweet was very much talked about because of the wording. He said that Nintendo made the selection entirely, and people were wondering what that means for the DLC. Some people saying that it meant Nintendo was going to go all sponsorship and basically putting characters for games they have coming up to basically plug them. Some people said they were going to go third party to push games that they're coming to their platform. But either way, people were just having a lot of rumors and fun discussion about the theory of the DLC. And so my point on this is that I think 100% they're going to be plugging a bunch of their fucking games that are coming soon. So you definitely, for those of you who have been sick of it already, get ready for another fucking Fire Emblem character. Hopefully it's not a fucking Sword Lord like everyone's been.
Gosh.
But we're getting another Fire Emblem character because Three Houses is coming out soon, so I can almost guarantee that's coming. Maybe we get a Metroid character based on news that we talked about in the Game Awards episode. Maybe we get some other characters, but basically my theory on this, and theories can go either way, is that Nintendo's going to be doing a lot of first-party titles, and we're going to see a lot of fucking characters for games coming out in the near future. Ashram, go. Ashram?
They need to stop with Fire Emblem because there's like, what, 7 characters, 6 characters?
Alright, actually,
I mean, I love them all. I love them.
I do have something to add here because I actually just finished, and I can go more in detail about this later, but I just finished the first Fire Emblem game, and I found online people refer to the Fire Emblem characters as Sword Lords, which I thought was hilarious. But 2, beating a Fire Emblem game, I find it funny now because Fire Emblem actually, like, if you played Smash, you'd think that every character in Fire Emblem is a sword fighter. There's actually like under 10% of the characters are sword fighters because each game has like 20 or 30 characters who have a bunch of different abilities, including magic, spears, axes.
Yeah.
So like after beating a Fire Emblem, I just realized
sword fighters.
Yeah, and so that's why people are saying they're like praying to God that this new Fire Emblem character is like one of the non-sword fighters because they just the more people I've seen just hope it's not another sword Fire Emblem character. They'd rather just see any kind of other Fire Emblem character. But yeah, I just want to throw that in there that they somehow for some reason only chose sword lords. So except for Robin, Robin's my OP. I love Robin.
I think they chose the sword ones though because like they're usually like the more popular characters, and like when you think of Fire Emblem, you think of them, or they're like also easier to play in the game. But
true.
I'm done with the characters. Like it's always Fire Emblem. Like they need to stop. There's like a full roster for them already, and the same with like Super Mario. Like I get it, it's Smash, but like you've overdone it by bringing Piranha Plant. Bring someone else.
Someone. For those listening,
like
Asham
Plant,
still bitter about Piranha Plant.
I'm bitter. I'm actually pretty excited for Piranha Plant. Like that is definitely a change in like always having Bowser Jr., always having a princess, Mario, Luigi, Waluigi. I don't know the purple one. Oh, no,
you
wait,
said
Waluigi.
Waluigi.
That's Waluigi.
I'm thinking Wario. Wario, yeah, it's a nice change with Piranha Plant. But like, there's what? There's well, they added more. They added Wolf.
Oh yeah, Wolf. Wolf, Falco, and Fox.
Yeah, I would say adding more for. I was gonna say for Metal Gear, but like.
I don't know about that.
Just someone else from somewhere else.
All right.
What'd you say about Metal Gear?
Fair enough.
Talking shit.
No,
all right.
You know what? They should bring a box. That's what they. Little preview.
We'll come to Emmy in a second. Alex, what's your take on this? Go.
So I don't know. Like, of course, I haven't played Fire Emblem. I'm trying to think of games that Nintendo's planning on releasing. The only one that I can remember is I don't know if it came out already or if it's
hit me with it. And I think I'll know.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2
came out.
Oh yeah.
Came out? Oh.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 though, it's almost confirmed that that's not going to be one of the DLC characters because in the direct, you get a free Mii costume that is the main character from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and he said that's because they're not going to get Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in the game.
I'm just trying to think of characters that they would add. I'm trying to think of all the Nintendo games, but it's
off the top of my head, games that we know are coming. And to be fair, this is not all of them because I have lists for this kind of thing. I'm not good with memory, but we know Animal Crossing, Fire Emblem, Luigi's Mansion, a bunch of third-party games. I don't know if those are gonna count. Probably, actually, they're probably gonna throw a third-party character in there. We're gonna get based on some Game Awards stuff I heard. Maybe a Metroid game coming soon. I don't know. F-Zero possibly. A lot more other stuff, but that's like the first games that come to mind when I know games confirmed that are first-party Nintendo titles and a few not third-party. But yeah, okay. So Emmy, you probably got the gist of it, but the main point is that Sakurai, the guy that makes Smash, tweeted how a week after we recorded that Smash episode where the direct happened, he tweeted that the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC lineup is now completely made. And this time, the selection was made entirely by Nintendo, and people were basically having a bunch of theories on what does he mean by the selection was made entirely by Nintendo. Some people thinking Nintendo was gonna only do third parties, so that in a way that would push the more third-party developers to work with them, or maybe they're going to use only first-party characters to promote their own shit. But we were talking about how you felt about that. Emmy, go.
I don't really have much about this. I mean, everything's fair game. I really hope they throw in a curveball of like, yeah, you didn't expect this character, bam.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Honestly, that I could
good
totally
thing
see
or
at
a
least
bad
one
thing?
character being a totally left field, because I don't know how many people expected Cloud and Bayonetta in the last game.
Yeah.
So
But Cloud's been
Those
in
are
the games
way
before,
out there.
though.
he's not.
Hasn't he?
No.
Smash for the
No.
Wii and 3DS is the first time he made an appearance as DLC.
Yeah, Wii's like old as shit.
No, Wii
so
U,
that's
Wii
why-
U.
Oh, Wii U.
The Wii U and 3DS Smash is the first time he ever came to Smash. He was a DLC character.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the.
What character?
So this is
what character was I?
This is
thinking
technically
of?
the second time he's ever been in a Smash game. Third if you count the 3DS and Wii U version as separate, but you probably shouldn't.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, and I mean to be fair, Bayonetta
know-
also. I mean she's a left field kind of choice.
What if they bring in Sora?
I wish. To be fair, there's a lot of like super theories, and when I say super theories, I mean these are like super wish fulfilling. Like these aren't gonna happen for sure, but people are saying like, oh, I know how Smash comes out in January, but what if they're secretly hiding the fact that they're gonna reveal it on the Switch, and then as DLC they're gonna drop Sora to promote that? And I was like, motherfucker, if the game's coming out in like 2 months, they're gonna fucking announce it's coming to the Switch before that. Like, they're not gonna wait till the game releases and say, surprise, it's also coming out on the Switch. Because by that point, everyone's not gonna have it on the goddamn Switch. But that was a funny one I saw. But yeah, I mean, literally, it's interesting to think what the way he worded it is what caused the most controversy, or not controversy, but question, because like he clearly made sure to clarify that Nintendo made the selection. So
Yeah, yeah, like I don't know, maybe you could clarify on this, but the way I interpret it, like didn't seem that interesting. It just seemed like, oh, the people who make this game
oh well, okay, so
decided on the characters they're going to make.
in the tweet he
Or
said that
put in.
he clarified that the process works that since Nintendo made the selection, they give him a selection of fighters and he decides if each of the fighters they show him can actually be made into a legitimate practical fighter. So basically it sounds like they probably have like a list of like, imagine like a list of like 30, and they go down the list and saying like, how about this fighter? And he's like, I don't think that can be a logical fighter, and he'll try to make them to see if they fit in the game, and if they don't, he says no, and they move on. But obviously the assumption there is they have a list in priority order. So like top of the list is whoever they really want to get in the game, and it goes down and down and down.
Do you know who would be a good character?
Who?
And I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this,
I'm ready.
but Dr. Eggman.
Oh, get the fuck out.
Oh my gosh.
Think about it.
That's
Look,
such a
okay, they've been
random choice.
it's weird, but they've added villains already. They've added King K.
Motherfucker,
Rool, Ridley.
you don't even have
the-
two Sonic characters. Get the hell out with the villain.
That's what I'm saying. But look, sorry, I'm thinking of his ultimate. I'm thinking of him like not Eggman like as walking, but in his like weird little
his
hovercraft
ship
thing.
thing.
And then his ultimate could be like the Egg Dragoon or like one of his giant robots.
That would be cool. But
Yeah.
man, you're not even 2 for 2 yet on Sonic characters, and you're trying to go for Eggman already. Like,
All right.
didn't
Aside,
even
no,
get
this is
Shadow.
aside from the ones that people wanted. Like people wanted, like what, Shadow?
Yeah.
And then Knuckles is an assist trophy. Is Silver somewhere in there?
He is a spirit.
Okay, yeah. Then yeah, like that.
Fair enough. I guess
But
that's
like,
fair game.
but like, I'm thinking outside the box now.
True.
Like,
True. You are thinking
we
outside
could,
the box.
yeah. I mean, what else? We could add what's his name from Bowser's Enemy? What is his, like, his right hand man, the Magic Koopa, whatever, the weird guy.
Fucking.
Could put that shit in
We're
there
not
too.
putting.
Why not?
We're not putting the comic or whatever
I
you
don't know.
pronounce it.
Yeah.
No. Fuck no.
Uh,
I'm drawing the line on the
Hammer
plant.
Bro, Hammer Bro. Let's
No,
put Blooper in
get
there.
the
They're
fuck
in
out.
Mario Party.
Oh,
They're
actually-
in Mario Party.
Okay, I'm down with Blooper. I like Blooper. I'm cool
um,
with Blooper.
Isn't Giant Blooper a thing in
Yeah.
Ultimate?
Oh, I don't know if he's a thing in Ultimate, but Giant Blooper's a thing.
Yeah, no, I remember him from the Super Mario Sunshine, but I thought I saw something about him like being like an assist trophy or something, and
He might actually. Oh, I think he is.
Or
I think,
maybe it's the
I think he. No, I think he might be a
from
assist
the
trophy.
level.
I don't know, but he's
That-
definitely in the
there's a
game
Super
in
Smash
some
Bros.
degree.
Level.
All right, but
I don't
so yeah, that's the Smash topic. That's been literally on my list since we filmed that episode, like literally a month ago, because it
Yeah.
happened right after we filmed it, basically. But all right, so that's the small detail stuff. The only other thing, which all right, one last topic, unless if anyone has any comments about it. Actually, no, we'll skip that. So last stuff is updates. What games have you played? What movies have you watched? What TV shows have you been catching up on since we last talked? Anyone want to jump? We'll go in order here, I guess. Asham, go.
Well, I just bought Evil Within, so I guess starting to play that.
Solid.
And TV wise, oh my god, I've been catching up on, well, not catching up, but I've been watching a ton of Christmas movies. Like those like Christmas
Die Hard.
rom-coms that they have on Netflix.
Die Hard,
Hallmark.
definitely.
Die Hard. What the hell?
Die Hard is a fantastic Christmas movie.
I'm gonna watch it for the first time this Christmas.
Anyways,
Oh, really?
some
With
of them
who?
are pretty decent.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm just gonna watch it.
Nice.
Which one?
I'm gonna watch Die Hard
Die
for the
Hard.
first time this
Oh,
Christmas. I'm excited.
Really?
Can't believe it for the first fucking time.
Yeah. Again, I was basically movies didn't exist. Well, I mean, it sounds dumb, but movies. I only started to understand like movies didn't exist to me until I graduated high school. Same with video games and anime and everything else. So yeah, it's like my age is like 22, but my movie age is like 5.
Movie.
Movie.
Just getting that experience.
Yep. But okay, so Asham, Emmy, what's up with you? Any new games you've been playing? Any games you had played and you loved? Want to talk about anything like that?
Well, I already told you, Minecraft. Oh, I finally got Sims.
You
Did I
did.
talk about this before?
You didn't talk about it on the podcast, no.
I finally got Sims after talking about it for like months after it came out. Um, I'm able to finally play it in peace with my new controller. Cause goddamn, like, cause the Sims game, how it works, it's basically you're like it's a third person like
You're God,
like a
basically.
view. Yeah, you're God. I was gonna say yeah, omnipresent, and like you have a cruiser, and like you get to choose however you want the people to live their life, like God, you know. And
So how
and
many
do
death?
whatever
How many
you-
dead already?
how many dead already?
Oh
I
wow,
will not disclose that.
sounds like a lot.
Um, no, I made some plans of what I want to do with a few of the worlds. My first go at it is just to get the hang of the controls, but I have some plans cooking up
All right.
with the courtesy of Avino.
Yeah, we
help.
do. I'm
Yeah,
still
that's-
on board. If you need any help and getting things done or setting things up, I will. I'm down to lend a
Yeah.
more involved hand.
That's why I wanted to get the Twitch set up.
Ah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I'll get it. I'll get it set up soon.
I have found some
so-
stuff that we can talk about that might help on that end, but that's for later. That's off the podcast. But yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Emmy's got things cooking. Watch out.
I still watch South Park religiously,
Nice,
as you
nice.
guys know. Funny stuff with the whole. Have you guys
I didn't see the new
caught
one.
up?
I didn't see the new one.
I think
I
I'm.
won't talk about the new
I think
one.
I'm behind
The new one-
either 1 or 2 episodes.
What's the last one you've seen?
It was the. It wasn't the Man Bear Pig episode. It was like was there 3 Man Bear Pig episodes where like he was part of the episode?
There's
Okay,
two.
Yeah.
I saw the episode where they were fucking. I can't wait. Is everyone caught up to some degree?
I know, no. I'm
Asham?
only.
Don't tell me any spoilers.
All right, then yeah. So we'll hold off on that then for later
Yeah.
off the podcast. But I'm definitely behind. Like at minimum one, at most two episodes. So
All right.
yeah,
Sounds. I won't talk about it then, but I will say that man bear pig little 2 episodes. Those were probably my favorite out of the season. Those were pretty solid. I love the running jokes they have throughout the season.
oh, they're
It's
running. They're running all right. That's for sure.
yeah. Oh, for sure. I love the Red Dead references.
Yeah,
That was great. Speaking of Red Dead,
yeah.
I don't know if it's like a solid season yet, but we'll see.
All right.
It has its good moments. What else? Bob's Burgers. Have you guys been
Oh,
watching
they put
that?
out a
Have
new
I?
season? I can clearly
Dude.
not
I've been
caught
watching
up.
that since I've been watching that for 2 years on a constant
Oh,
loop.
no.
Oh, I know. I just meant this recent season.
many
Yeah, yeah.
episodes
Actually,
are
I think
there?
I'm an episode behind. Oh my god, I have an episode to watch. I'm excited.
Yeah, I watched it
How
today.
many are there?
I'm happy.
Oh
Or is it
man.
just-
I think
Like
six,
five,
six in
six?
this new season so far.
Ah.
So yeah.
Yeah, you guys gotta catch up.
Actually, let me double check to see if I'm an episode behind. Because if I have an episode to look forward to, oh. But yeah, cool.
You do, maybe. I think that's about it.
All right. Sounds solid. Alex, you want to go next, or do you want me to go before you?
I'll go.
All right.
Because
Hit us
I'm
with it.
excited to talk about this.
Nice.
So, um, this game came out. I don't know how long ago. Maybe a month ago. I could totally be wrong because it's like really buzzing right now. Like every like top-notch YouTubers playing this game. Even like the game theorists made a theory about it, but it comes from a really good developer that I like because he's really good at making like stories. And Aveen,
You talking about Deltarune?
yes,
Ooh, Deltarune. Okay.
Deltarune. As
From the
it
creator
is-
of Undertale.
Yes, Toby Fox, and as he said before, it's not a sequel. It's more like an alternate timeline, kind of, which makes sense if you consider some of the characters and the research that goes on in Undertale.
Wait,
It
do you want to
makes
give some
sense.
context to like give a little plot synopsis to Undertale so people understand like what what
Alright.
you're talking about?
So Undertale was a game that emerged maybe 4 years ago, I'm not sure, but it was a really big hype because it was the game that basically gave you a choice to kill people, basically. So the game had multiple endings, and the whole plot of it was choice. Are you going to survive this game peacefully and make friends with everybody, or are you just gonna kill everybody so you can leave? Um,
Leave
well,
where?
that's leave the underground, which is where you as a human fall down into. Um, so there was multiple ways to play it. There was a neutral route, there was a pacifist route, there was a genocide route. And the big part of the game was that it's a choice, and it had a lot of mystery to it because you find out a lot of backstory just from talking. If you play the pacifist route or the genocide, you get two different backstories. You get like a whole different story. There's just a lot going on in that game, and people were really hyped, and this game really blew up. But and now with
And the music's fantastic.
the music is amazing.
Yeah, I haven't played the game, but Alex showed me one of the gameplays of one of the bosses who's like very popular for being incredibly difficult, and the music is like kick ass. Like it's fantastic. I can't speak.
I want
it
to
was
say they
just
do a good
amazing.
job with the Deltarune as well too, with their music.
Yeah, what kind of game is Deltarune? Is it the same as Undertale? Like, what's the deal there? Give us a little context.
It's weird enough. This is where the alternate timeline. Well, I call it an alternate timeline. I don't remember what he called it, but it's basically the same characters, but they don't know each other basically. Like it's all like mixed up basically. This takes place in the overworld, like where the humans live, except your character Chris which is the name of the protagonist that you play as, is the only human. Um, but as you later find out, is that this game is a little bit of the opposite of what Undertale is. In this game, you have no choice. The game starts off with you creating a character, but tells you to throw it away because it's saying nobody can choose who they are. So it's kind of like, it seems like a pointless thing to create your own character if the game's telling you it doesn't matter. But like that's the big part of the game. Like when you're given an option to say like yes or no in the game, it at some points it cuts you off, saying don't even bother answering. And that's where like the choice comes in. There's no alternate. It's very linear, like most games, but in this case it's more like emphasized. Like this is what he was going. He's basically saying, um, we go from a game where your choice is important to the story and all the outcomes, where in this case you're basically given a choice, but that choice isn't really given, if that makes sense. But and that's like where the story becomes crazy. Um, how Toby Fox made this, he made this into a series of episodes, kind of, I guess, or chapters. It's free, by the way. Deltarune is free, and you can
Oh.
download it from.
Oh
It,
shit!
Yeah, I was
Really?
it was
looking at
really
that
weird
right
because
now.
it,
I want to
yeah,
download it.
it's like a shady. It looked like a shady website, so people were really afraid to download it at first. Um, but no, it's like when you go to the website, it says part one to download. Click here, and what people are saying is that it's gonna continue in days because in the game it tells you, hey, let's come back tomorrow, or can you help me with something tomorrow? And what I was watching, like the gaming theorists who do all the theories and stuff, is saying that this game's probably gonna end at the end of the week because that's when the protagonist's brother comes back. And it ends off really, really like on a cliffhanger. Like nobody knows what the hell just happened. I mean, you can dissect the rest of the game like into saying, "Oh, this makes sense," but the ending is just like it's it's a big shocker. Yeah,
I just
All
downloaded it.
right.
I'm gonna
Oh.
play
nice.
Damn.
Jesus,
it.
That was fast.
that was
I
fast.
All
wasted
right.
no time. It seems interesting. I want to play it.
I
Oh,
will
in
actually.
this,
I didn't realize it was free, so I will definitely I would definitely give it a shot too. Because Undertale,
yeah.
like after you showed me and I looked into it, like does look really interesting. I like the idea, so I will definitely give Deltarune a try.
Also, Deltarune is a flip word of Undertale, like the
Oh, an
letters are
anagram.
jumbled. Uh,
Oh yeah,
But in
huh?
other words, you can fight and you can be a pacifist, but it doesn't matter towards the end of the game. At least in this chapter. Don't quote me on that. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen at the end because this game's just a mystery right now.
All right, fair enough. Just a quick update. I am 2 episodes behind on Bob's Burgers, or no, 1 episode, and the other one comes out this week, so I am excited. But yeah, okay, so I will definitely be checking out Deltarune, and maybe in a few weeks we come back and we start that book club, a video game book club idea I was talking about with Deltarune, and we all share our little opinions on Deltarune. I don't know. It's an idea, food for thought. But besides Deltarune, Alex, anything else?
Let's see. We could talk about some trendy events that are happening.
Oh, I just meant, sorry, do you have any, we're not done yet, but do you have anything, updates on video games you played, movies you watched, TV shows, anime, things like that, books you've
All
read?
right, movie. Movie wise.
Yes.
There's this movie trailer that I saw the other day, and it's called Welcome to Marwen. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I have with Steve Carell.
Yeah, it
Yes.
seems really cool
Does
and
sound
like
cool.
really, what's the word? Like a moving story.
Yeah, definitely. So, do you, I guess I'll read the synopsis just for anyone listening in case they wanted to know. So, when a devastating attack shatters Mark Hogenkamp and wipes away all memories, no one expected recovery. Putting together pieces from his old and new life, Mark meticulously creates a wondrous town where he can heal and be heroic. As he builds an astonishing art installation, a testament to the most powerful women he knows, through his fantasy world, he draws strength to triumph in the real one. Basically, the film shows this guy who's like dealing with some mental issues and, as they say, like a lot of issues, and he builds this town, like a town of dolls and action figures, and he starts like making these like films sort of out of them, and like he becomes like it's like a whole recovery process through him making these films, and they come to life and shit. The trailer looks fantastic, and it looks like it'll be a really great movie. So I recommend checking it out. I mean, I think we're gonna be hearing a lot about this film once it comes out, personally. But yeah, I mean, solid. It's a good thing you mentioned that because that does look like a fantastic movie. But anything else as far as update wise?
I'm good.
Oh,
All right,
no.
I will say my piece. So it's been a while, and I've beat a few games. I mentioned earlier Bulletstorm, and I'll give that a little talk. But the game I want to talk about the most is Fire Emblem Awakening. So I've been making, for the last month or over a month now, I've been making a pretty decent concentrated effort to play more games in my backlog, as well as 100% more games on my Xbox. And I've been making sure to not leave games just untouched, as I have a problem doing in the past. So I went to my 3DS because there's the fewest games overall on my 3DS, so I thought I could finish that faster. And the first game I decided to finish was Fire Emblem Awakening, which I had gotten a good amount of progress into, but never finished. And so I played that, and I had a fun time playing that. And I talked to Emmy about that one time. So the game is a turn-based strategy game, and a part of it is you are this character who forgets his memories, and you have to work with Chrom, the Lord of the Land, and his sister, and a merry band of mercenaries, soldiers, knights, a bunch of different characters and personalities to fight the evils and, progress along the story, basically. And a part of it there's just like this romance aspect where you want to build relationships kind of like in a pseudo Mass Effect style with your companions. But in addition, your relationships you build actually affect the potential of, in a way, your kids. And your relationships actually affect certain team members and make them get different abilities and things like that. So you plan your abilities and your relationships based on how your team is structured and how you want to get stronger teammates. So I was talking to Emmy about this, and the game has a heavy focus on this like bond between all your teams. And first of all, the game is amazingly fun. Like, this is my first Fire Emblem game I played, and I have a newfound respect for Fire Emblem after playing it, because I loved Fire Emblem Awakening. I was going on and on telling Emmy about it, because it's honestly so far my by far favorite 3DS game, and it's a fantastic turn-based strategy game just from the get-go, but also just a really awesome game. And I already used to play as Robin a lot in Smash, but it makes me want to play as Robin even more, because Robin is the shit. He's fantastic, both as a girl and as a boy, but that's important for later. And what I mean by that is that the romance part is that every character in the game can be romanced. So you can, and your character can romance as well. And you can build up your relationship, and then after a certain level, it becomes the real deal, where it gets hot and heavy and physical. And so you can't get that level with all the characters. You can only have one, so there's no like tomfoolery or anything. And the thing is, you also can't have homosexual relationships. So because I can't explain that, but you can only, if you're a guy, you can only get with the girls. If you're a girl, you can only get with guys. And so obviously, in my character, most of my characters had a partner, and my Robin character had a partner too. But I told Emmy that, and I still stick with this. The game is structured in a way where the game is mostly these like visual novel-esque like text cutscenes, and every once in a while there's these actual full-blown like CG cutscenes that look really nice and shit. But the fact of the matter is, most of the characters, because it feels like 30 or 40 characters overall that you can possibly find and team up with, but there's a set group of a few main characters who have voice lines and who are animated always and shit, and like really, really a lot of effort was given. And one of those being the main character, Chrom. You might have known him as one of the Sword Lords from Smash. So your character has this relationship with Chrom that I swear to God, I was telling Emmy, this game, either they fucked up on the selling the romance part, or they just really wanted to push the romance between me and Chrom. Because by the end of the game, I was just like, fuck everyone else, fuck them all, it's just me and Chrom, we brothers for life. Like, all I felt was like, cause like I had like, there's a character that my character literally had a relationship with, got married and had a kid, and all I was thinking was like, it's me and Chrom, do or die, motherfucker. Like, we brothers for life. Like, there was such the game really, and like near the end, it becomes very clear. The game pushes such a strong bromance, like, and it's awesome because you're like Chrom, man, Chrom's got your back, and he's like never gonna betray you, and you're just thinking like, I'm never gonna betray you, Chrom. Everyone can die. This is you and me. We're together forever, and like it's just crazy because I feel like the game was not intending to do that, and the game just it makes it so hard for you to feel really anything about any of your other teammates except Chrom, because it's just like Chrom is like your bro. Like I've never seen a stronger bromance than that bromance between Chrom and your character. And I was even telling Emmy that I was already planning on maybe playing the game again, but this time as a female. So because who you romance actually does affect the game in the gameplay in a lot of different ways that I don't want to spoil. But I was actually telling her that I was looking into playing as a female character for one playthrough because I wanted to try romancing different characters and see how that changes my game. But I was telling her that now that I've played as a dude and I've played the whole game through, there's no way I can ever actually truly play that game and try to romance anyone but Chrom, just because Chrom is the real homie. Like, he's number one. And I was just, oh man, it's crazy. I have a newfound love and respect for Chrom. And Lucina's cool too, she's in Smash also, and she's also from Fire Emblem Awakening. And this game has also got me into Fire Emblem as a whole, and like I am looking into some of the other Fire Emblem games. I don't know which one I'm going to play next, just because I've heard mixed things about the other 3DS games. But I 100% am waiting on the edge of my seat for the Three Houses game coming for the Switch next year. And I also eagerly look forward to, and that's why I also am eagerly looking forward to one DLC character from the new Smash being a Fire Emblem character. Hopefully, though, I still don't want it to be a Sword Lord. I want it to be like one of the Axe Fighters or one of the goddamn Magicians or anything, just not one of the Sword guys. So, yeah. The other game I played was Bulletstorm, FPS by Epic Games we talked about. That's still just a fun game. Like the humor there is really crude, and the way I played it was I had the DLC that lets you play as Duke Nukem. But goddamn, that's just a fun FPS. Like honestly, I forgot about that game. But that game, the fact that it's not getting a sequel is like it would have been the biggest travesty today for me if Daredevil hadn't been canceled. Honestly, like. That game is just so much fun, and like I have it on disc, and if I ever get the chance, if you guys want to borrow it, I 100% will loan it to you guys because you guys need to play that game. It's a fantastic single player FPS game, and it's just fun. Like it's not super artistic or super like mind blowing or anything. It's just a goddamn fun game, and it has a really cool mechanic where the whole goal is to get these things called skill shots, which is killing people in interesting ways. So whether that is like shooting them in interesting ways or having using the environment to kill them in interesting ways, you just want to do everything interesting. And so you also get this thing called a leash, which is like a whip, but you can use it to throw enemies in the air or use it to throw people and pull enemies towards you. And the whole game is you focusing on trying to get these creative kills. So like one of the most simple creative kills is called like the Nutcracker. It's where you shoot an enemy in the nuts and they fall over in pain, and while they're on their knees crying, you just shoot them in the head. Or like there's one where you like leash a bomb and throw it on into someone's face, and then you shoot them to death, and it's called like Sadist. And like the game is just really a lot of fun and really wacky and over the top, but it's a fantastic game. I highly recommend. But don't want to harp on that for too long. Other than that, I'm still playing Bulletstorm just because I'm trying to get all the achievements. I'm probably gonna start Borderlands 1 from the beginning because I want to like go through the whole Borderlands series now, and I want to 100% that. So yeah, Borderlands 1 is soon to come. I probably will be playing that. I'm also gotta finish Doom because I started a Doom playthrough on the hardest difficulty to get the achievements, and like I'm like 4 levels in, so I want to finish that. That's all games wise. Oh, I started Animal Crossing on the 3DS just because Isabel on the Smash got me convinced to finally play Animal Crossing, so that's happening. And then TV wise, I'm still rewatching Bob's Burgers, as I have been for the last 2 years. I started watching King of the Hill. That's really funny.
Gosh, King of the
I'm
Hill.
really enjoying King of the Hill.
Oh, King of the Hill.
Yeah. Bobby. I just love
is
Hank
the
Hill.
best.
He's the best.
I sell propane
That boy
accessories.
I sell propane and propane accessories. I love Dale. Dale, I don't let my woman make a fool out of me like that, Hank.
Fucking Dale.
And then Boomhauer. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. It's crazy, but I don't know. But yes, I watched King of the Hill. Like I said, I was in my plan book to start Cowboy Bebop tomorrow, so I'll report back with how that goes. And then movies watched. No new movies watched. I am excited because I think I already bought tickets to the Spider-Man movie, Into the Spider-Verse, which is going to be awesome. And apparently, they've already confirmed 2 sequels, or 1 sequel and 1 spin-off. So that's awesome, because that movie looks fantastic. Granted, I might hate it after watching it, but I'll get back to you on that. Otherwise, try to keep that as short as possible since I went on about Fire Emblem. Yeah, that's my update. So now that we got the updates out of the way, anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything to share? Alex, you got anything? You got your topics?
Yeah.
Now's the chance. Last chance. Emmy, Asham, come on. Anything?
I started watching One Piece again.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
It's
What inspired that decision? Because that's, a long series to say the
I
least.
don't know. I was just going through YouTube and I was just watching random YouTube videos, and then all of a sudden, like, you know how like the clips, like they have clips that show up, and so a clip showed up that was part of like, it was like a fast forward of where I left off, and then I saw the clip. And I was like, oh, wow, they got to this part. And so I started rewatching it. And then, but like I lost my motivation at one point. And then a couple days later, I saw another clip. And this one was really exciting and interesting because of the way the plot has been unfolding so far. And so, yeah, that's what got me into rewatching it again. Well, not rewatching, but like watching it where I left off at.
Okay. That's wait, where'd you leave off at actually? Like how far in?
I don't know. Am I allowed to say? Because it would be kind of a spoiler.
I mean,
I don't
personally,
care.
I'm fine with that. Series is too long.
So there's this arc where, let me see if I can like kind of narrow it down. So like there's this part where they
You spoiled it.
Okay, there's this part where they left off at this island called Zoe. And then in the island, it's just like human animal things. They're minks. So they're the mink tribe, and like they got attacked by one of the main pirate like vice captains or whatever. And so he attacked them, and then Luffy's crew came and like saved everyone and whatnot. And so they're about to head out into sea. And so one of the mink tribe members, she sneaks on board their ship. And like for the rest of like the series, she's kind of like a bit annoying because she doesn't really do much. And she kind of gets in the way. But then recently with like how the anime has been leaving off, she like is super powered. And she takes on like 4, 5, 6 ships, and she just like knocks them out in like one go. And these aren't just like some sad ships. These are like ships from one of the 4 emperors, the Sea Emperors. And so they like really overpowered her, and I was like, wow, she's not as annoying as I thought. And so there's a potential that she's going to be added into Luffy's crew. And so I'm glad if she's added to the crew, because there was more to her than met the eye. So, yeah.
All right. Solid review. One Piece. Yeah, I mean it's a series I want to check out. It's just
long.
it's one of the main big shonens, so like it's one of those things where if you already haven't made progress, it's just so daunting to have to watch all the episodes to catch up.
Yeah, it really is. I mean,
It's
I
like-
ended up skipping.
The only reason I've
300,
watched
so-
Naruto is because like I wasn't starting from the beginning. I had watched it week to week when I was a kid, and I was like, all right, so it's not like I don't have to think about it as 500 episodes. It's more like 200.
Oh, see,
But even
I
that,
skipped 300 for One Piece. I think I told you. I told someone.
you
I
skipped
skipped
300 episodes.
Yeah, because I really wanted to get to the part where they end up. It's a spoiler, but they end up killing
How does anything make sense then?
I just know what happens. They meet each other in the first 300. It's basically them meeting each other, and then saving a princess, and then something else that's not really important. Just introducing other characters. And so
What
Took
the
100 episodes for one battle.
300
Yeah, if you skip
is
300 episodes,
basically- And so
god
the
damn.
rest of the 300, which is what I watched, it's them ending up killing Luffy's brother, and then there's like a 2-year time skip from there, and then the rest of the plot unfolds. So I was like, it's not too bad. I have a gist of what happens. There's a time skip. Luffy's brother dies. The rest of the plot is what I care about.
All right, it's I mean, if it works, it works. Fair enough. I feel like there's a problem if you can skip 300 episodes. But all right, solid. Okay. Yeah. So, anyone else? Anything else to add? Any things you gotta last get in?
No.
Nah.
All right, then I think it's just about time to wrap it up. So, thank you for listening, everybody. This is, once again, the Off the Clock podcast. If you have any questions or comments or you want to add, please leave a comment on our YouTube channel or on Twitter, Off the Clock Cast, at Off the Clock Cast, or on our YouTube, which you're watching the video there. Or you can, if you have an intro too, or if you want to add any of the previous things, email us at, our email is, give me a second, I don't know it, official otcpodcast@gmail.com. So feel free to email us if you want to spam us, have an intro idea, questions, comments, whatever. Follow us on Twitter because we will be tweeting a bunch of things relative to episodes and if they come out or don't come out or if they get delayed because we're all on holiday or, just don't want to record that weekend. But, yeah. So follow us, check us out. More episodes to come. And a lot more to talk about, hopefully, in the future. But thank you. My name is Avino. Avine. I don't know why I said Avino that time. My name is Avine. We have Alex.
Hey.
We have Emmy.
What's up?
And we have Asham.
Hi.
And that's a goodbye and a good night.
Bye.
So, bye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.